Welcome to the Ministry. In this 8th edition battle report, 2,000 points. We're going to have Orks versus Salamanders today. And this is the first time I've played in a while now, probably about 4 or 5 weeks, and the first time since the new FAQ, the big FAQ 3 has dropped, so all those new rules will be in effect. So hopefully we'll cover some of them and clear some up as we go through, if need be. So quick look at the table there, as we're doing Orks. This is Big Mech Gaptooth's workshop down here. It's been laid waste, burnt to a crisp, and obviously he ain't happy about it. Somebody's been here. You know, those sneaky salamanders have been on a massive purge, trying to get rid of the orc threat through this sector. And the orcs, the boss has sent Big Tooth Gaptooth back with some boys in a very different orc list. It's more of a fun game today. He's come back with these salamanders. So I took an orc list that you might not see very often. Clearly it's not one I would throw together for competitive reasons, let's put it that way, or in a normal standard game, but I have told Scott beforehand, before he brings his stuff, what I'm putting in the list to give him a chance to counter it. Otherwise I think it would be a bit unfair if he rocks up with loads of tactical marines rocking bolters, then obviously they would deal with boys quite well. But I don't think they deal with what I'd put in my list. So with that, there's the table. We haven't rolled for the mission type yet. Maybe try one of the chapter approved. I don't know, we'll randomise it. We're going to randomise it through all the books, see what mission we'll get, whether it's Turn of War, Maelstrom, don't know. We'll get the objectives down and we'll come back with an army review and show you guys what we're bringing to the table today. Here's a look at both armies then. Like we said, we're Orks v Salamanders today. So the Orks, like I said, not a very typical Ork list. I did tell Scott in advance that I'd chuck a Stompa on. I've not used it in forever. So I thought, let's chuck it on. It's probably not worth its points, but it should be a fun game. It should be very interesting as well, considering the mission we've just rolled, which is Vital Intel. So the Orks, I think, now are at a massive disadvantage. Because Vital Intel is there's 5 objectives basically dotted on the board with one in the middle. We'll roll at the start of the battle round to see which one's active. And then obviously they become the active ones worth 2 points. The others worth a point. On a 6 they're all active. Normally Orks, we're just saying, would have so many bodies that flood the board, score loads of them. That's not the case today. I think actually you've got more units than me, so a bit more playability in there, good manoeuvrability, but on the other side, he doesn't necessarily want to get anybody close to this thing. So we'll take a look anyway. So the Orks are rocking a Supreme Command and a Brigade. So leading the Brigade, we've got a War Boss down there, just standard, as he comes sort of Power Claw. We've got 2 units of 30 boys, led by a Knob with Power Claw, so sluggers and choppers, and then there's 3 tank buster bombs in each squad as well. We've got 2 units of 10 little gribblers, just to make up the numbers really. And then if we move in, a second HQ will have to be in there somewhere, so we'll see the weird boy there, who we are going to pay a command point to make a Warp Head, and we're going to give him Fist of Gork and Warpath. I don't want to do just jump, like I said, I made more of a smashy fun list to see how it gets on, and the idea is obviously these war bosses are mechs, he's kept as a slave to boost them up, to juice them up so they can get into a good fight. And I didn't want to be the jumping like 30 odd boys. It's not really what I wanted to do today. Try some new stuff. And then obviously, like I said, a pain boy there. So these are going to be Death Skulls. We're keeping everybody Death Skulls. The lucky gits are the boys in blue. Which is basically the reason I did Death Skulls is you said you wanted Salamanders. So it's a direct comparison, and they get so much more for that book than the Salamanders do. 6 up invuln on everybody basically, apart from these grots, because they can't benefit from it. And everyone or each unit can reroll a failed hit, failed wound, and failed damage roll every time they fight, which is very similar to the Salamanders. They can reroll a failed hit and wound. So what else? The Supreme Command. So we've got this guy who's going to be the Warlord. So he's the obviously War Boss in Mega Armor, and he's going to have the Killer Claw, and his Warlord trait is +1 strength attack. Might is right, I believe. Just keeps it simple. We've got a big mech with a custom force field with just, I think, a shooter. Actually, I think I'll give this guy a combi scorcher. I'll double check my list for the game. I think he's just got like the custom shooter and a power claw, and obviously his custom force field and his mega armor. And then we've got a Death Killer Wartrike. And yes, I know there's some nasty combos. If this advances, it can charge if it's within range of this guy. I don't think I'll be doing that here today. I might do, depends how the game's go. If it's my last throw of the dice type stuff, I might do it. But he's also, I'm going to pay a point to give him an extra relic. So he's going to have a super cyborg body. So on 5 or 6, he'll ignore wounds. just to give him a bit of something. Like I said, no in-runs and that. I wanted to use him because he's basically got like flamers on his bike and melter and all this kind of stuff, and there's a little snagger grapple stratagem. He's quite cool. Obviously, if I was using a different list, I'd have loads of stuff that could benefit from him, like battle wagons with rollers that can charge and all that kind of stuff. But today it's more like I've just threw some stuff together that I want to get into a fight. So I did start with 9. I'm going to go down to 7. And these are animosity dice, which we'll talk about in a sec. So Scott's back today. We're going to have a look at his army. Scott runs animosity. You do loads of game events and stuff. I don't think we've mentioned it before, and you've been on a few times now.
Briefly.
So you should check it out anyway. Well, if I remember, I'll put a link in the video. He's done a couple of events. I've been to one of them, the Vigilus one, which was fantastic. I can't make them all, but I'm going to go. There's another one coming up soon, which I've said I'll go to.
Part 3.
Yeah, so we're following the narrative of that, and I took my Death Guard to that one, and it did really well. I was sort of like, weren't allowed to use special characters, so I took some stuff, not even like a competitive list, and I think I rolled some really horrible rolls for my opponents. I think like beat the Sisters a battle. I think I finished joint top, didn't I, with the Drakari.
First place.
The sort of Sisters a battle. I can't remember what I fought now. Death Watch. I know it was the last one. Space Wolves, wasn't it? And it was cool because you'd done loads of little secret hidden missions, so we were given envelopes and stuff to, follow the narrative of the mission. It was really cool. It wasn't competitive in a sense.
No, that's why I set it up.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I was massively surprised my list did as well as it did against people. The Sisters of Battle give us probably the hardest fight, because it was like, he had all the immolator tanks and everything like that, and obviously I just had like Poxy Walkers and the Demon Prince, which was quite good and stuff like that, but
because it's just, the beta had just come out from chapter approved as well.
Yeah, so he just testing all these Sisters out and stuff, and that was really close, but it was really fun. But anyway, we're rocking the Salamanders, and you've gone for a brigade today, the full whack. And we've got some custom models here as well, which are fantastic. I'm going to zoom in, so I'll let you go through what you've got.
Okay, so we'll start with the HQs. So the 3 HQs, it's probably easiest to start with the Librarian.
Yeah.
Standard Librarian with a 4-sword. I've taken Might of Heroes.
Yeah.
Psychic Scourge.
And Smite.
Yeah. And that's it. He's got his bolt gun, but no other fancy
shenanigans.
The captain, who is still a captain at the minute. Yeah. He's got the Burning Blade.
Combi Melter.
He is the Warlord, and we've taken Iron Resolve as the Warlord.
So he's going to get an extra wound and a 6 up Feel No Pain.
Yeah. Chaplain Dreadnought, Venerable Chaplain Dreadnought, using the Forge World Index book. Yeah, so he's got the is it the Incinerator or the Inferno cannons? The big
heavy flamer type thing. Yeah.
And the Dreadnought combat weapon. It's not a Crucius, and obviously it doesn't work the same as it.
We'll go over that in game when you use it, so people know what it does.
Squads wise, I've gone for 6 5-man tactical squads.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much. They all what you see is what you get, except all the sergeants are armed with chainswords.
Chainswords as well, yeah.
The sergeants, just so you can quickly identify them: the pistol guy, kneeling guy, anybody who hasn't got a helmet.
Well, to keep it simple, the sergeant, when you call it's going to be either the multi-melter or the last to die, isn't he? It's pretty much what it's going to be.
And multi-melters are pretty much the theme. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multi-melter ones, and one squad's got a flamer. But he's the squad that's got the combi
melter on the
sergeant. So that was me 6 troop units. Fast attack at the back here was really limited with options.
Yeah.
So these are the only thing that's not what you see is what you get. These are actually Tarantulas with twin heavy bolters.
Yeah.
And literally my Salamanders have 0 fast attack options, so I had to throw something together really quick to get the brigade, and that's what I had to come up with.
And basically these are going to be rocking as the twin heavy bolters. Yeah. For people that don't know, again, we'll maybe cover it in game. They're a fast attack option in the Forge World book, the Imperial Armour. They have to shoot the closest infantry unit where possible, or closest visible infantry unit, and if there isn't an infantry unit closest that's visible, they shoot the next closest target. So they might have to start shooting at the Stompa, you never know, that kind of stuff. But and obviously the can't target characters unless characters are closest, but basically I'm pretty much rocking everything is infantry apart from a bike and a Stompa, so pretty good choice. Like I said, you did know I was going to bring a Stompa, otherwise I thought, I know you look at this and say, he's kitted out to take out that Stompa, he has to be. It would have been unfair.
Well, it genuinely though, because this is how my Salamanders list, it's how they're built, it's how everything's out.
And I think if I'd have took what I would normally take, I'm a big believer of boys before toys, I'd have steamrolled you. with all the boys, like, you know, like 3 mobs, 4 mobs of 30 plus boys and loads of bikes and copter, you'd have just wouldn't have had a chance, would you? You'd have been...
Well, I don't often anyway.
No, but that's what I mean. I think this is better. This is more like, you know, you've been sent to take out the big thing to see if you can really knock it out of commission. You should be able to. Right, so going back in there, we've done the heavies
heavy
now.
Option, Land Raider.
Yeah.
Again, it is everything. It's got the stone bolter, it's got the multi-melter, twin las, and twin heavy bolter.
And the FAQ's dropped, so this guy won't be getting his rapid fire 4 all the time with the stone bolter, the bolter drill.
That's obviously the vehicles have been punished with regards, I think, because it was one of the bonuses of that bolter drill.
Exactly,
was
to get it on the
benefited,
vehicles.
And again, Space Marines now, vehicles don't benefit from
I still think, we've said it before, I still think Marine battle tanks, these guys should be able to fire their main weapon twice like guard tanks.
But I definitely agree with that with regards to the Vindicator.
Definitely.
Because it's not the best option.
No.
I basically bought it because I figured as a heavy option against a larger mob, I'm going to get the D6 instead of the D3.
And to be fair, you had it painted and it was ready.
I was painted, it was ready, Thunderfire Cannon, again, it has multiple options. It is basically great for just taking out larger hordes or slowing things down.
Fine, no, the strat is amazing. I do like my Thunderfires. 1 CP and it needs to hit them and it halves that charge, moving everything. That should be really good at slowing some boys down. It can't affect the Stompa because it's Titanic, but everything else is pretty much spot on.
So they're my 3 heavy options.
Yeah.
And then
Elites.
People will be saying, oh, why is he Predator and Elite? Because that is also from the Forge World Space Marine.
It's a Demos Predator.
It's a Demos Predator.
Yeah.
It's got the Magna Melter, 2 glass cannons, Hunter Killer Missile, and a Stormbolter. Ironclad Dreadnought.
With the Chain Fist and the...
Chain Fist and the Power Fist option.
Yeah.
Or Dreadnought Close Combat option. 2 heavy flamers. It's got the
Ironclad
Assault Launchers armed. That's it. And then trusty old 2-man company veterans to basically fill out the elite slot. They are what you see is what you get as well. He's got the Thunderhammer and the Combi Melter, and he's got a Flamer. And
no storm shields on those guys this time.
No storm shields.
So they'll die quite easily. But
yes, well,
hopefully...
It depends where they go.
Yeah, they could rock in that Land Raider and step out and cause some damage and stuff. But that's great. So what are you doing then? Are you going to keep your... He's on 15 CPs.
I'm going to keep the 15. I'm not going to chop the master him because he's going to have to move about.
I would chapter master him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because I've got 7 CP. You've got 15. Marines, I'll be honest with you, you'll probably likely use the stratagem for that, which is only 1 CP. It's maybe it's going to be a 5-6 turn game. You get a free reroll per hit, per shot anyway with most of your squads. Mm-hmm. So your stuff's probably going to be spent on... your stuff's going to be spent on stratagems, and let's be fair, they don't have that many. They don't have that many you'll use. And I think this guy, like I said, because I can't target characters and stuff, in the way the game is, he's probably going to be safe from being sniped and all that kind of stuff. I've got nothing fast to jump over you or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a case of, you know, I think that 3 CP will be far more weight considering you have to bring that Stompa down, or it can, we're talking about before, it can either annihilate things totally, or it can whiff. And if it has a turn where it's annihilating stuff, it's going to punish you. Whereas if this guy's given full rerolls throughout, yes, it sort of negates that one guy can reroll, but then so can the other 2 or 3 that miss. Or that multi-melter, you know what I mean? If then I just think it's more like it'll massively benefit these 3 or 4 things, depending on what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And do they get the chapter keyword?
What,
the tarantula guns? Just to double check to see if you can give them. But I don't know, we'll check that in. They probably do. Yeah. So they do get the chapter keywords.
But they're a vehicle, so it would be the...
So they'll get anyway. So your captain or chapter master could stand next to those and they could get rerolls, but we'll see. So Vanguard Strike were rolled up. The Orks will be deploying first and choosing who goes first. The scenery, as you had a quick preview before, is amazing because there's a little spot we've just looked at, a really cheeky spot where you can actually hide a Stompa. It's not in cover, but it's really funny. So we're going to come back and set up and then we'll show you all that stuff. The Orks are deployed. Scott's still fiddling, he's not sure.
Yeah, I am not.
He's not, he's cautious. Anyway, as we were talking before about hiding Stompas in plain sight, it's done. But we'll cover the Orks. So obviously with this one we're not sure which objectives are going to be worth what points at the start. So we've got a Grot squad in the back here and a Grot squad in the back here. They're not safe by any stretch of the imagination because Scott's got a Thunderfire cannon. But if he wants to come and pick on these rather than slow my boys down, I'd rather he did that. So we've doubled up down here. We've got a Stompa with the War Boss, the Big Mech in, and the Warp Head down here. We've got a big mob of 30 boys along here, so right along on the front line from the vanguard. Down here's with Deathkiller Wartrike, so he's got good manoeuvrability to go right up the middle if needed. We've got the War Boss, the Pain Boy, and the other boy squad down here. I should have had the blue ones down here to go with the blue War Boss, but I'd already set them up and I couldn't be bothered to move them. And Scott, equally, is deployed right along his front line pretty much. He's got Flamer Squad, Multi-Melter Squad, Ironclad here, obviously ready to move out onto this. He's Chapter Master, obviously his command structure really, sitting here with another tack squad, and there's 2 5-man tack squads in the Land Raider, getting ready to just sort of push out onto the objective in the middle. And the Tarantula is sitting there. Now it's got good line of sight, as we'll see in a minute. You know, it can cover down here, down here, down here, behind it if need be. This one's sort of covering all the way down here as well. You can see across there, down here for the boys. This one's set up. I think he's just in range or just out. It's just in range. No, he's just in. I think you measured it before. He's just in.
Of the creator, he's not quite in range.
I think he is just in range of the boys, but then obviously he's put a bit more heavy firepower down here to see, you know, maybe the Stompa's going to come this way. It's that way, he doesn't know. But from down here, we just wanted to show you, because we're not using the Stompa's exhaust pipe to see. And we'll get down to table level. Apart from the light sort of blinking in there, you know, it's pretty much, I can't see there for the Land Raider, but look, you can't really see it. These guys, you know, the Predator, can't even really see it. It's just so good the way it's worked out cinematically. Equally, you know, he can't see anything else either, so he's going to have to move. Down the bottom corner down there is a good spot because his shoulder was popping out, but I was just out of the deployment zone. Whew. So, before the first turn begins, the Orks get to choose whether they go first or second. I think I'm going to have to go first, because if I don't, or do I let you, you know, if I don't, I'm going to take a lot of fire on my boys. You know what? I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why? Because there's not much you can see the Stompa, and tactically, you've set up very well, because we had a good chat about where to place certain units and stuff like that.
Right.
I need you to come towards me, and if I don't, I'm basically going to be moving forward and sitting on objectives, seeing if they come up, and you're going to gun us off them. So I'm not going to attempt to seize. I'm not going to spend 2 command points to prepare positions, because most of my stuff gets an in-run or wouldn't get a save anyway. We're going to let the Salamanders get first turn. So Space Marines, turn 1, coming up. So I almost forgot, so because Scott's going first, he gets to roll a dice, and this will determine, he's using the Animosity winner's dice, yeah. The winner says objective 4, ooh, double pointer this one. Scott's got to go and sit on that, which means this boy squad might be in a cheeky range, because there is a War Boss down here for an advancing charge. Things could get interesting very early on.
Good.
Right, Scott's, I wouldn't say he's thrown caution to the wind. It took a very, you know, very measured movement phase, that one. So what he's basically done, these 2 units are pushed on to be within 3 of that. Yes, the danger close to these, and they cannot see them through that rock to draw any line of sight, to put any fire into them yet. And this Dreadnought can't fit through here if he wants to, so he's advanced up. These just moved up. They're both these units within 3. Debating maybe push them on a bit further forward to block the Orks off a little bit to help score it, but if the Orks can get around, there's definitely a charge on here. Again, I can't remember if these just moved up or advanced, but
they've just moved. These just moved. These are all just moved. He's just moved it through a few inches.
Yeah, so he hasn't advanced or anything since he's still fire. We did do the Psychic Phase. He tried Might of Heroes and it failed. He didn't want to waste a command reroll or anything that early on. Then all the sort of these things have stayed still. The tranches, which I have to, this guy stayed still, and a push down this way.
Just a little shuffle up here.
I think to obviously put some pressure on objective number 3, and to start getting the boys in range of a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
And obviously now this Predator, oh, can he see the stump? He still can't see it. No. Can this guy? No, that's really good, isn't it, the way it works? Like, it's good and bad.
Well, it's bad because obviously he's the biggest target on the board. He's the first thing you want to take out, sort of.
Exactly. But again, by my turn, he's going to have to come forward, put him better in range for stuff like melters, because you're always going to struggle getting melters in a 24-inch range anyway. So it should play out quite interestingly. So we're going to go into the shooting phase.
Yep.
Obviously, I think the boys' squads here are going to take a lot of punishment, because this guy's obviously in the open, but he can't be targeted because he's a character. There's a couple of heavy bolters and a lot of tanks down here. We'll see what Scott wants to do, and we'll come back with some dice, because basically, you know, it's why I let you go tactically. This is going to be important, where this guy goes. I think I know where he's going to go.
I've already got a target.
Good. I hope it's the wrong target, but I doubt it. So he's starting with a Thunderfire Cannon bugger. He's targeting these with the Tremor Shell, so It's 1 command point. If he hits, he's going to be a -1 on his wound roll, but that's not what it's about. Basically, any hit, 43 shots, will slow this unit down. It'll half its movement, advance and charge, which pretty much, if this works, and it should, you can't roll that bad to miss this many times. It means there's no way I could probably get into these guys. I don't know yet, but it would take some Herculean effort, I think.
Yeah.
So it's got 43 shots.
So 2, 5, 7,
8.
8.
So this is going to really punish this orc unit. Obviously, it'll not slow the characters down, but I think they'd be struggling to get in anyway. So 8 shots hitting on 3s. There you go. So that's the hit. The tremor shell is in effect. Now it's strength 5 normally, so it'll be 3s to wound, but with the -1 off the strat, it's 4s to wound. So we get 2 wounds. This doesn't get Salamander's track because it's artillery. The Tech Marine would.
Yeah,
so normally it'd be -1. The boys get a 6-up armor, would be no save, but because they're the lucky blue gits, they get a 6-up invuln. Nope. So we'll lose 2 boys. Ouch. Right, so the tarantula gun down the bottom there is just, I did say he was within range of the boy, so he's just within range, 36. So he's going to pump some shots down here. He hits on 4s. That's pretty good. Does he get this Salamander? Oh no, he doesn't, because he's not a, he's a vehicle. So we wound on 3s. 2 wounds at -1. Again, I wouldn't get any save, but we've got a lucky blue git save, so we're going to get some 6s, hopefully, and save some boys. Oh, that's definitely cocked. No, 2 more boys. That's good. I'm going to take the big shooter models off first because I didn't put any big shooters in the unit.
Right.
Let Scott have a think because he's tanked down here. I can't see across at the yellow boys. So basically what we're just sort of realising, he's looking at his land radar, he's got no line of sight. The 2 boys, I didn't do it gamey wise, but it's worked out quite well. There was 2 boys in line of sight for this guys, which is a bit of overkill with 4 las cannons. But he's literally got no other target. He can't see any of the grots hidden down here. Can't see this. You can see this guy, but like we said, he's a character and the orc unit's closer. And he can't see the boys down here. So the land raider, he's wishing now. I did say it before off camera, I was like, I would consider getting up, like pushing a marine squad out around here.
Yeah, even if I'd just hidden them here.
To form a defensive line first in the middle, and then the land raider maybe move in or sort of reposition. But he's like, nah.
I didn't anticipate how effective, because obviously the tremor shell has stopped those orcs from going that way.
Oh yeah, there's definitely no way. I've done a quick measure, I can't get in.
And I didn't really think about
coming
the other way.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'd have set that squad
so
up, I would have had that advantage.
Definitely can't get over there in the charge. So he's knocked this unit basically. The characters, maybe I haven't measured them, but it's a long shot. And then even these guys to come round here, because I've got like basically like a 2-3 inch movement. If I get a 6 on my advance, that's 3. I can't charge this objective. I think I'd just be out, talking millimetres. But so they're basically a non-scoring unit. Next turn they're going to have to take a load of, maybe same again, treatment. I'm just going to have to trudge them forward. Should have took the jump. That would have cured them, but no. Look at me being nice and you being hardcore. No. Go for it. But we do have this marine squad in range.
It's going to shoot the blue orcs.
So they've moved.
Blue's the melter.
Your melter will not be in range because it's 12.
Multi-melter.
Oh, your multi-melter, sorry, yeah.
It'll be -1.
Blue.
Yeah.
It's not, it's an assault weapon.
Heavy, it's multi-melter's heavy.
Yeah, I'm teasing him because I'm thinking he's melter gun, which is why I said 12 inches, but no, the multi-melter is heavy. So he's got 4 shots in a multi-melter, coming in on 3s, you can reroll one of them.
Gonna reroll that one, I need 4 though.
Yeah. You may as well, it's the best one. And then you'll wound on 4s, and you can reroll one of these. Yeah, so you can reroll the 3. No, so I'll get 2 saves of it, well, a save of a 6, invuln or an armour save. Nope, so that's another orc dead.
That was some poor shooting.
Which basically comes, I think, just the tanks left. So yeah, the Vindicator's going to come in. He's just in range of 24 of these 2 guys here. So they're the first to die.
D6, because it's plus over 5.
Yeah, D6 shots. 3. I'm guessing you're not command pointing that.
Yeah.
Bang in the middle line. So we're looking for... 4s. Is it heavy? Does he get 4s to hit? That's pretty bad, isn't it? Again, just power the machines, but something on the marine tanks.
Well, that's the thing, he doesn't get the Salamander roll, does he?
Nope, but you can command reroll 1 if you wanted to. So you'll be wound on 2s because it's strength 10. Again, they wouldn't normally get a save, but the invuln's on 6s. Wait, so we saved the boy this time. It's millions of damage. There's no point rolling for it. Let's take... I think the tank's still going to be in range. We'll take this guy off.
I'm going to take the stone bolter shot now.
Yeah. 2 shots. We've got another hit and a 4 to wound. Yeah, so another save of a 6. Nope, lost another boy.
Okay, I'll do the Predator.
He's all las, isn't he? What's the range of his melter?
The Demos is 24. So I'll do the Stormwater first.
So the Predator's going all guns into here. He's got one Stormwater hit. He'll wound on a 4. Yep. So we've got a save of we'll just do them all at the end. So we've got one shot. Do you know? Save of a 6. No, dead. And then he's got his 2 las.
2 las cannons.
1 hit. 2s. No. You're not command pointing that for an orc kill, are you?
Right,
and then the
D3 it is.
D3 shot from the like melter
2.
cannon.
Yeah.
So 1 more hit.
Strength 10.
2's the wound. Yeah. That is a wound, and
it'll
be a 6 up in run. Yeah, 6 up in run. I will lose a boy. Nope. So there's 2 more boys gone down. Right. So we're losing. We lost 7 boys from that squad now, so they're going to lose more to morale unless I spend command points. We're just saying as well a -2 to charge through a crater, so I'm struggling. I'm literally struggling. They've got to sit there for a turn maybe and score me a point.
I didn't do enough. Because
I think that's everything, isn't it? In range, that could be that shot and... Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a very...
Anything that can see anything that's got a target. It is kind of a... I hadn't anticipated going first anyway.
No, I threw that one on him. Anyway, these boys, I'm going to roll for the morale. So they've lost 7 because the Stompa lets them re-roll within 6. So 3. Am I happy losing 3 or do I go greedy? I'll take that, I think. I'll just take it. I'll take 3 on the chin. So Orc turn 1, we have moved the Stompa. The little weird boy got out. We haven't done the psychic phase yet with the warp head. He's sitting around here. These boys moved around to give the Stompa enough room to get through. So they're not all sitting in the craters, but they are within 3 of that objective that the Stompa is now perched on. This little grot, hero grot, moved out slightly just to get within 3 of that. And this disabled squad now, there's no way I could have contacted anything over here. And like I said, I'm just without 3 of that, but I thought if I come around this way, screens us from them, they've scored 2 points, nothing I can do about it. Next turn it gets us to the sort of middle of the table anyway, which gives them options to go out. Even if they're hampered, at least they can sit on an objective next turn with that Thunderfire cannon. And this guy did his super fuel injector and jumped over here. So he's got options. I'm not sure it's the right option to do that, but I can either leave him there and score an objective for a turn and then he probably dies, or I can try charging into the Marines and tying up a Land Raider. The Chaplain Dread can obviously heroically intervene. If I get round here, he might not be able to do that kind of stuff. So we're just going to see. We're going to go into the psychic phase. And we're going to have smite in range, obviously. And then it's whether I do warpath to give the Stompa some extra attacks, which I might try and do now. We'll have a see. We'll have a check what powers. So we're going to start with a smite. He's going to get a +2 to the roll for the amount of boys nearby, or orc models. So a 6 goes up to an 8, which definitely goes off. Your Psycho's not in range, so it's D3 mortal wounds on the tactical squad for 2. So we'll lose 2 Salamanders. It's a good start. And we're going to use Warpath on this big fella. Give it +1 attack just because there's nothing else in range. And it goes off on an 8, on a 10. So this guy is going to have +1 attack, which can be nice if you're getting the D3 stompy type attacks. So that's good. I normally have a good first psychic phase with the Orcs and nothing passes after that when everyone's dead. So let's see how it gets on. And then we're going to go into the shooting phase. Obviously, most of it's going to come from the Stompa. So I'm probably going to start with this guy down here who's got like burner fuel jets, etc, etc, etc. Because that's pretty much my only shooting. So let's start with this guy and see what he's going to do. So this guy is going to put his killer jet in the solid, which is basically like a 2-shot assault 2 melter into here. I'll be hitting on 6s because I advanced. I'm going to put the 3 twin boomsticks into here. Again, hitting on 6s, but because you're within half range, I can add 1 to the hit roll. So we'll start with the boomsticks. So he's looking for 5s. Any shot of a 6. We'll get a dagger. So we've got 1 hit. I tell you what, I'll re-roll a hit. No, I'll keep that for the melter. I should have started with them. And that's no wounds. I'm not gonna re-roll it. We'll keep it for the melter shots. So onto the Land Raider. So he's missed twice. I'm going to re-roll 1. He has missed because he advanced, and that doesn't get the add 1 to the hit roll. So his guns, big width. But to be honest, like I said, that's what I expected. Now we'll go on to the monstrosity, that is the Stompa, and it's 10 zillion guns. So I know it's got a Scorcher, and this guy's 8 inches away. So we're going to start with the Scorcher on this squad. So he's got 5 shots, 5 auto hitting shots, wounding on 3s. There's 5 saves at -1. I hope you make one. It keeps my charge closer. Oh my god, right, he's lost 4, so they're dead. No, that's not great, which makes this about a 10-inch charge now, but it's doable. And then like we said, we'll do the other ones when they're in range and stuff. We've had a chat about it, so we'll go through one by one because there's a lot of guns, and this has got its Psycho, Daka, etc, etc, etc. Right, Scott's in tears here because we told him what everything's going to shoot at. So basically this gets like a twin big shooter and 3 big shooters, which we said we're going to go with the little Marines after
15 shots into these.
Yeah, so it's basically 15 strength, 5 shots into these. We're doing the Gatler into this because it's strength 7 over T7, and we're going to only do 1 super rocket a turn. So we're going to do the Def Cannon and the super rocket into the Land Raider, because there's stuff inside, and I'd rather charge the stuff inside. I don't think we'll pop it, but we've got Warpath on because the charge is a bit longer now, about 9 or 10 inches. We're also going to use 2 stratagems. We're using more Daka, so any hit of a 5 or 6 this guy gets are additional hits with all his guns. We're also doing Wreckers. So at the start of the Death Skulls unit from my army in the shooting phase, it can reroll wound rolls for attacks against vehicles. That's for all its guns. So basically, any strength 7 hits I get on this will be wound on 4s, rerolling. And any hits I get on that, the Def Cannon strength 10, so 3s rerolling, 4s rerolling with the super rocket. But we're going to start with these. We've got 15 dice, hitting on 5s. Like I said, this Stomp I think gets 1 turn of shooting before you're going to load into it, so... Hitting on 5, oh my god, Dean, shots, Dean almighty, right. Even anyway, that would be 5 extra shots. But now, because it's Daka, that's 7. And I can reroll a failed miss because he is Death Skulls and he was bought in a Supreme Command attachment.
Versus be a 6.
No, it's a miss. Right, so I've got 7, 3, 7 extra shots that generates, which don't generate extra shots, so none. And then these wound on 3s. You know what, I should have kept my reroll for the missile, shouldn't I? Against a tank or something. Shouldn't I? Thinking about it now, got greedy. But anyway, that's 5 wounds against the Marine squads. So he's on 3 ups.
Did he have a minus?
No, there's no minus to a big shooter.
No.
So they 1. Just drop 1. Or you could command reroll it for a 3 up.
No, I might need
no.
that.
I think you might.
Or something, you know.
Right. So we're going to start with the... We'll start with the Gatler gun, and we'll work our way to the Land Raider less lax. So it's a 3d6 shot, isn't it? The Super Gatler?
Super Gatler, heavy 3d6.
Right, here we go.
7.
7. I'm going to see... Oh, actually, no, I'll keep it for the Def Cannon, just in case. Because this can fire twice anyway, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 1 hit with an extra shot. So we've got 2 hits.
That's strength 7.
Wound on 4s, you roll in. So there's 1 wound so far. Now I haven't used my wound reroll on his stuff, but it's -2. So you've got a 5 up save.
6.
That's a 6, so he's saved. And on a 2 up, I can shoot this again. Yep, I can shoot it again, so it's 3d6. 15, that's better. Oh, yeah, we had 15 from the shooters, didn't we? So we're looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, that's better. So 3, 4, 5 hits. That was a 5, which will generate 5 more hits. So we get another 2. And these are wounding on 4s. Rerolling. There's a Wreckers. Oh, 7. 7 wounds on the Predator at -2, isn't it?
Yep.
So 7 5 ups.
2 6s.
So 5 single damage, as far as I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 wounds.
Right. I'm going to go again with a Gatler. But I need a 4 up. And I haven't used the command reroll yet. No. Right, let's command reroll that, otherwise it's out of ammo. Cocked? Yeah, it's cocked. Let's reroll it. Nope, so his Gatler's out of ammo. Like I said, I knew it was going to be all or nothing this turn anyway. So we're moving on to the Land Raider. Right, the Def Cannon is 3d6 shots. 10. 5s and 6s, looking for 5s and 6s. So we've got 2 hits there, which generate an additional 2. So we've got 3 hits. 3s to wound, re-rolling. Re-rolling. So we've got 2 wounds.
10.
Yep.
-4.
2 wounds. So the Land Raider's got a 6 up save. No, I think it's D6 damages, isn't it?
D6, yeah.
D6. 7. I'll take 7, that's alright. Actually, I'm going to re-roll the 1 because he's Death Skulls and I can re-roll a hit, wound and damage. So we've got 6 and 3, 9. And then we've still got our Super Rocket. So he's doing, the Stompa's doing alright this turn. Yeah. Yeah. So a D6 shots from each Super Rocket. So 4. So none. I think I've used a reroll for the hit anyway, haven't I? So pretty sure that's him done. Pretty sure he's done all these shooties that he can do. I've got nothing else, I think, in shooty range. So I think we're going to do a charge. Sensibly, I should just charge this guy and not bother here, because then obviously you can't do it. So I'm going to go sensible, because I was talking off camera, I would never normally use that Gatla on a 4-up. I would just keep it and keep going and going, because he can fall back and shoot with his Titanic keyword type thing. But like I said, he's either going to overpower a game or not. And I think because he did quite well there, I was a bit concerned he might then dominate, because all your stuff's quite spread out and you'd have to focus on him, I think, to come round. And if your Land Raider's tied up and can't shoot, this can't shoot, then you could be in trouble to deal with him. So I'm just trying to use him as quickly as I can, really. Not give you a chance, but just just use it out. Because, well, like I said, he's almost a 1,000-point model with 4 command points being spent on him and a psychic power to boost him. So he's been souped up to the 9s, really. So we're going to roll. I'll let Scott measure the charge. I think it's 9, it might be 10.
We'll run from that point on his foot.
10, it's a 10.
10, yeah.
So he's got Here We Go. So I'm going to re-roll this one. Look at your face. I'm laughing, just looking. Oh, it's an 11.
And this, right, and here again, right, is where the Salamanders just, where the Space Marines just suffer. See, it's all well and good having, I've got an opportunity to Overwatch now, but I can't re-roll any of it.
I know you've got no one in range to do anything.
But because the tanks don't get the bonus.
Yeah, I know. The chap that, even if it was just 1 dice, stuff like a las cannon can make a big difference to help narrow it down. So 11 inches, you know what's going to happen here. It's going to go here, and then it's going to pile in and eat up both tanks of stuff soon enough. So the Stompa is on a wreckage.
It's
just charged the Predator, yeah. Right. I'm being gamey with that, because I don't want him to take D3 strength 10 shots.
So I get D3 for the melter.
Yeah. 3. In this instance, you've got to ask yourself, is it worth shooting the Hellfire missile, considering he's probably dead anyway? I would.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'll do these melters first, so I need 6s.
So you've got 1 melter hit, so tool up all your hits first if you want. 2 las cannon shots.
2 las cannon shots. Nope.
No.
Stormbolter.
Worth doing, it tickle the wound off. No. Do you want to go for the Hunter Killer? Yeah, there's a chance you can knock him down a profile of both these hit and wound.
Like you say, he's going to be gone.
I think he is gone. There you go, Dino's tactics paying off. Right. Oh, now's the biggie. Which one do you want to start with? This guy's got a 5-up invuln. He's T8, so I think your guns, your Hellfire missiles wounding on an 8. I don't know what your melter gun is.
No, that's 10 minus 3 d6. And it's half range.
It's 2d6. I'd start with your melter for your wound. Well, it's up to you. You can roll both and then see which one you go with. But it's important that melter wounds, I think.
3 and I need 4.
Right, so it's 3 on the red dice, which is the melter, and 4 on the which is the Hellfire, yeah. I'm not going to curse Sadowski. What do you make them both in the path bow saves? So, yeah, they're both wounded.
Yep.
He doesn't need to use any command points. This one, it's a 3-up armor, that's like -4, something you said, isn't it? So it'll go straight to the invuln. Yep. The missile's -2, which will go straight to the 5. So we'll do the melter. No, doesn't save, and we'll do the missile. Saves from the missile. So we'll take the melter hit because it's D6 damage.
And it's 2 pick highest.
Yep. 4 wounds. Very nice. I'm imagining you're not command rerolling that one. Yeah. It's a bit of a waste. So as we were talking about as well, this guy, I'm going to go in. I want to kill the Land Raider, but I think at this stage we're just saying like the Overwatch should be, if it tags him, he's probably going to die. So we're going to charge the Melter squad and then maybe pile into the Land Raider. So we'll let Scott do some Overwatch and we'll measure up, because going through a crate is -2, so I'm not actually sure what I need. Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'll roll my charge distance because it's 8. Oh, he's in. He's in. That's 2 11s. 2 charges. Nasty.
No.
So we'll get some Overwatch on the go.
Right, so Melters.
Do you want to just do the Melter and we'll do the bolters off? Oh, go on then.
I'll
do
do
the
them
lot.
all at the same time. I'm getting the reroll.
Full rerolls because of the chapter master.
Oh my jeez!
Where's Scott? What have you done with him?
I think I must have knocked him out and put him in the boot of that Igo.
All those misses can reroll. All those 3 misses. My lord.
That is an amazing Overwatch.
That is fantastic. You might get him.
Nah, we'll see.
Well, you haven't used the command point yet.
I haven't, and all of these, one of these gets to reroll the wound because of the Salamander.
Yeah.
Roll,
So you can pick one, and then you still got a command reroll, which you could keep for damage or wound roll.
Yeah.
I'd be re-rolling that blue dice straight away because his toughness is, I think it's 6. It's at least 5 because he's a boss on a bike, but I'm pretty sure it's 6.
Right. So
we've got 2 bolter wounds. He's going to keep them. He's going to re-roll this. He needs a 3. It is T6, so it does wound. He's going to get saves of, I think it's, you know, I totally forgot his armor save as well. Anyway, it's going to be either 3 or 4 ups. Oh, I'll have to check now. So he's took 2 wounds so far from these. He does have the Feel No Pain relic, and the Melter can roll
2 damage.
2d6, pick the highest because he's within 12. So it's going to be 5. Actually, sorry, wait there. He gets a 6 up in one, doesn't he? So don't save the bolters. He doesn't save the Melter, so that's 5 damage. So that's 7 damage altogether.
Right.
6, 7. I think that's 7 dice. No, that's 8 dice. And on 5 ups, he ignores these wounds. Needs to make some of these. Don't look. Don't look.
I can't believe that.
I've just picked Scott up off the floor.
I can't believe it.
No, that was horrific. I apologise. That was pretty bad. I was hoping he lived. I wasn't expecting you to do that well, but
I wasn't
really,
expecting to do that well. That's like the best Overwatch I've ever fired.
Yeah.
And it's done nothing.
I know. That was terrible. It was excellent and excellent on both sides, but Scott's shaking his head. He thinks I'm cursed or something, or some sort of dice
I'm
wizard.
the cursed one.
So they're starting down here because I don't think he's going to interrupt with tanks. So he's done his 3-inch pale and obviously tagged the Land Raider. We've got 5 attacks. We're hitting on 3s with his... It's not a power claw, it's a snagger grapple, I think it's called. He can reroll 1 dice because he's a Death Skull. We've got 3 hits. It's strength 7, so he'll be wounded on 3s, but this weapon's reroll failed wounds. Which he could reroll a wound anyway because he's a Death Skull. So we've got 3 at -2. So the Marines have got 3 5-ups. This guy, we know this guy's probably dead next turn. He's made 2, so he's complaining, but he's making all these saves. So it's D3 damage, rerollable. 2's enough to kill a Marine. Oh, they're all 1 wound anyway, aren't they? I'm thinking Primaris here on my head. Right, and we're going to pile in down here with Stompa. And he's obviously going to tag both these tanks. You know, can only put his attacks into the big tank, into 1 tank, but it stops them both from firing, which means gives this guy a bit of freedom next turn. And I'm going to do the big smash. It doesn't make sense though, but I'm just going to play him like an Orc should. He should go big and smashy. So I think on his full profile, he's 6 attacks maybe, +1 with the Warpath. I'll have to double check. It's either 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So 6 attacks at his full profile, hitting on 3s because this guy's attacks and weapon skills degrade. He's strength 10, strength 20 with his chainsaw. It's -5 and a flat 6 damage. So you're looking for 3s. You can reroll 1 because he's a Death Skull, so they all hit. We're looking for 2s. You can reroll 1 because he's a Death Skull. They all go through. So that's 6, 12, 24, 30, 42 damage on your tank. I think that's a dead tank. Does he blow up?
I hope so.
I hope not, because you're probably going to kill more of you than me. No. So with a pale in, I can't really get any closer to the closest model because his belly's already touching it. So we'll leave it there and we'll let Scott do some attacks back. We'll do the tank off camera because it's not really probably going to do anything. And we'll let your tack squad and stuff go around there. So we've done the tanks. The tanks haven't done any damage, but this is the squad there with the sergeant that can reroll everything, hitting on 3s because the chapter master's close by.
Yep.
So they all hit. It'll be wounding on 5s. And one of them can reroll for free. So we've got 1 wound. We're looking at a 4 up on the war trike. He's made it. He's passed. And like I said, we've done the Land Raiders and everything, so there's no damage. So that is the end of turn 1. Pretty horrific from the Orcs. That was pretty... To be honest, like I said, not to be too disheartened, I've chucked this in for a bit of fun. You knew you're fighting it. It's a 1,000-point model. It's going to kill stuff. That's what it's meant to do.
I should have just charged. I should have just forgotten about the rest of the board. And I should have just went after it with everything. Yeah. I spread everything out. I should just put everything here and just chased it.
Well, I did say that's why I didn't take many other units for you. So like, because we knew this would be a problem. So at the end of the battle round, the Orcs are going to score 1 point. 1 for first strike because we killed a tank or a squad. So that's 2 points. Objective 2 is 3 points. We don't obviously get the middle one. Scott's going to score 1 point down here.
2 for the target.
3 points for this one. So it's 3 apiece as we go into Marine, turn 2.
Right, so this is the target.
This is to see, sorry, start the next round, number 2. Oh, it's the grot. Well, actually, now you've got decisions, because we're just saying a Thunderfire cannon. The only problem you've got is there's 2 squads in range of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can probably see one with some stuff like a heavy ball on that land, but it can't fire. You've got work to do here, Scott. You've got work to do.
I'm going to repair D3
right,
to the
so
Marine.
Movement's done. We'll just cover these. Both squads got out the Land Raider here. And obviously they're within 3 of this, both of them are. And the Land Raider then obviously went backwards as much as it could, 5 inches. This squad fell out of combat. The characters have moved around, so this Chapter Master's now within 6. The Dread's just out, but both these squads are within 6. This squad fell back to the can't shoot. The Librarian's within 6. The Tech Marine's moved around. He's still within 6 of the Thunderfire the other side. He's going to repair this now for D3 damage back. For 1. Are you command pointing it? You've got 11 command points. What I would do, check because it can't shoot. It can't shoot this turn, but you might not get many more chances to repair it.
But it's movement.
It's movement phase, yeah, and you've done all your advances and stuff. So
I'll do that.
So 1 as it was, and these units, the front one didn't advance just because they've got some guns in range of this guy, but these just sort of advanced around. He's sitting on top of the objective. Like we said, this fell back. These turrets can't move. Block and manoeuvre from this guy now because he can't shoot, so he's literally just spun around because this can't step over him. And Thunderhammer Champion has jumped over the barricade to give himself a bit of cover from Overwatch, and he's debating them combi melter shot and a Thunderhammer charge against this. Or what he could have done, Scott might not have seen, there might have been a way to get up to that warp head. So he's about here, 6 inches. Nah, he probably wouldn't because -2 from the crater again. So he's going to sell himself to try and knock this Stompa down in wounds anyway.
Try to
buy some time. So with that, we're going to go into the psychic phase.
Right.
I think he's probably going to start with a smite. Mighty Heroes on the Land Raider, is it?
I think.
Take it to T9.
Yeah. Just every little help for that.
Well, Mildew's only got 3 command points left. I kind of do the same again with the Stompa, and its Dagger gun's gone.
Right, I'm going to have to re-roll that. I think, is it 6 or a 7?
I think it's a 6, Mighty Heroes. So the Warpod's well out of range to stop at 30 inches. So Mighty Heroes does go off on the Land Raider, so he's going to go up to T9.
And then I will try,
I think it's going to be Smite.
Smite, right?
Smite it is, so we're looking for 5s to cast.
On him.
Yeah, you haven't used your reroll yet if you need it.
Yep. Oh, it's a double that.
It's not, it needs to be
More
over
than
10.
10.
Yeah, close. I wouldn't risk it. It's cast either way, or you could risk it for a command point.
I'll do D3.
Yeah.
And then I'll see what I got on the D3, I think.
Good choice. For the full 3. So I do get the 5 up ignores. Can he make these? With these, he's made 1, so he's dropped another 2 wounds. He's down to 5. I think he's living on borrowed time, this guy. So we'll go into
shooting phase.
We'll go into the shooting phase, yeah. And see what Orcs are left alive after this. So he's going to start with these guys. We've got 4 bolters because there's a rapid fire one in range, the melter's in range, and these 2 guys. Going into this guy because he is closest, even though there's a squad down here. They just
right, I'm going to re-roll the melter.
Re-roll the melter hit, yeah, with the Salamander's tactic. It is a hit.
Yeah,
5s and 3s respectively. I'm guessing the reroll's coming on the melter.
No.
Oh, that was the biggie. So we've got 1 bolter wound, saving on a 4. Oh, that's another chair. Yo, he saved again.
No shot collar.
Around.
These 2 have got combi melters, so they'll both fire their melters into them.
Well, the captain hits on the Chapmaster hit on a 2 rerolling, and the other guy hit on a 3 rerolling.
No, I'll do the same time, and I'll do the Chapter Masters blue.
Chapter Master blue. So the Librarian can reroll either way because he's within 6 or he's a Salamander, and you're looking for 3s to wound. Both wound, and they could have both rerolled. So I'll just make the saves 6 up in 1, No, so both get to roll 2d6, pick the highest.
So off the captain,
4.
and then off the librarian, 2.
So 6 altogether.
Yeah.
You haven't used the command point yet in the shooting phase. You could have re-rolled that 1.
No, probably.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, go on then. Still 2.
Oh yeah, because you got 2 and a 2. So 6. Going for 6 5-ups now. Yeah, because I failed the melter saves, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So he's lost 3 wounds. He's down to 2. He's still hanging in there.
And now he'll fire all of these
Big flamers. Yeah, this could be the end of him here.
Blue is this is for the number of hits.
Yeah.
And the heavy flamer's red.
Red and the Inferno cannons both. So
6 and a 3.
yeah. So the Inferno, the blue one, is strength 6 -1, 2 damage.
We'll do that first.
Yeah. So it's 4s to wound that one. So, nice, 3 wounds.
Yeah.
So he'll be saving on 5-ups against those. No, so that's 6 feel no pains I've got to make. Yeah.
And then the heavy flamer was. How many did I
You had 6 hits and it'll wound on 5s.
So it's
6 hits, you
6
rolled a 6.
total.
Yeah, so 6 dice wound on 5s. You rolled a 6, yeah.
Sorry, I hadn't even realised.
Yeah, you rolled pretty well for once. So 3.
3 at -1.
So 3 more 5-ups. No, so he's got 9. He's dead. He's got 9 5-ups to make. Yeah, he's dead. Made 1. So that's the end of this dude. He wasn't the warlord though, but he's silenced the land raider for a turn basically, and that's pretty much all he's done. But it gives that Stompa more chance to stomp around.
So
right, so these guys are going to do all the bolters over here should be rapid fire. It's 2 squads of 5, so same time, but he's doing the same target. And then the multi-melters, this guy's just out of 12 of this one, but he's going to go both multi-melters over here into the Stompa. So we'll do them and we'll do the bolters off camera because there's a load of dice. So we're looking for 3s, because obviously if he gets any reroll failed hits, it's going to be with these ones, yeah. So wounding on 4s.
Well, the chapter master's got them all rerolling.
To the hits, but not the wounds, yeah.
Yes. So these are the wounds.
Yeah. So wounding on 4s, because it's 2 different squads. That guy,
That
yeah.
Yes.
So we've got 2 wounds. So this squad will say hasn't had a reroll failed wound, so they can still do one with their bolters. So we've got 2 saves to make of a 5-up for its custom force field. There's the guys inside. Sorry. So this he can re-roll. This is the combi melter.
Yes,
He's hit. He's looking for a 4 to wound. Re-rolling effectively. Right. Can it make another 5-up in one?
Right.
He's going to have to do it with a thunder hammer. So the bolt of fire actually Scott just rolled really hot. They managed to whittle 9 dudes. That's with a 6-up in one and a 6-up pain boy in range as well. So that's pretty good shooting. So the heavy bolter down here as well, because there's infantry models down here, is going to come in. So he's looking for 3s.
4s. The tarantula.
Oh, 4, sorry, the tarantula, yeah.
Oh, I was 2.
Not bad. Wound on 3s. I think you did excellent with the bolters.
Yeah.
Much better than expected.
2 wounds -1.
2 6-up in ones. Yeah, I would have been 6 up behind the cover and the pain boy. No, so we lost another 2. I'm going to get rid of them.
This one here as well then, I suppose. We'll have to shoot at that. Just check.
So I think we've lost 11. We've got this one as well, can draw a line of sight. You can just see this guy sticking out here. So he's got 6 shots. Because again, I have to go for the closest infantry, so it's got good 4 hits. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. Got 2 more 6-ups, followed by 6-ups. So save 1. Nope, so we lost another boy. I think you've probably got no more guns over there that can see them. Because you've shot that one, haven't you? You've shot that one. Yeah, we'll just take it. Just take this one off. I'm going to have to count how many they've lost, because I really can't remember now. So the Thunderfire Cannon are using the strat again. Tremor shells.
If they wanted to charge with tremor shells, they're still going to make it, aren't they?
It's worth the command point though, I tell you.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because
I only get a 2.5-inch move. I can't advance with a war boss being nearby, but then again it halves my charge distance as well. I think for a CP at this stage, your choice. But I mean, you might kill enough of them. I've got 3 command points left as well for the Green Tide if I need to.
how many do you have to kill before you can bring them back?
How many have we got left? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you have to kill 1, 2. 2 orcs. but you'll be wounding on 4s with the Tremasher. So there's a good chance you might just get 1.
Yeah, I think I'll...
The Tremasher might make sure you kill enough that I can't bring them back. It might affect them in a sense that it's better for you.
So how many do you need before you...
It needs to be less than half its original size, which is 30.
And then you can bring them back.
And I can bring them back for 3 CPs, which is all I have left. Because we're looking down here, if he Thunderfire Cannons these, great, they might run away, die, but the movement of these will take them enough to score the double pointer for me. That's why I doubled up with Grots down here, because I knew he had a Thunderfire Cannon. So either way, he can shoot at one of these squads and kill it, but the other one's going to be there to score, which will not help him this turn. So similar to mine last turn, is he just giving up on that for now? Or, you know, it could come up again. If it comes up again, it might have been a better choice to put the Thunderfire Cannon down here, but...
I need to shoot. I need to shoot targets. I can't think about the objectives now, not after what's going on.
Yeah, he's happy. And don't forget there's a war boss in there as well that come out, start knocking heads.
I'm going to kill them.
Right, so are you using the strat for the tremor shells?
No.
No? Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'd rather just kill them.
So 43 shots.
4 hits?
Yep.
Oh wait, sorry, no.
No, 3.
2.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shots. Hit on 3s. Wow, it's a good hit roll. Everything hits.
All hits.
Wounding on 4s now. Would have been 3s because your strength 5. Oh no, you didn't use the strat. Wound on 3, sorry. I'm just auto assuming.
Yeah.
I would have used it.
Nah.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
See.
It's 4. So again, I'd no save normally, but they get a 6 up in run for being luckies. And they're within range of the pain boy, so 6 ups followed by 6 ups. Don't save any, so another 4. So now they are below their original starting strength, or half. I'm going to take some from this side. Like that. Just keep them in. And I'll have to have a good think about whether I use the green tide or not. Well, actually, you know what we were just talking about the last one? I don't think it can shoot. Because the closest infantry model is the Psyker. But it can't target him. So what does it have to do? You're going to have to check the rules. So I've had a read of the rules. Basically, if it's with a las cannon, it has to shoot the closest non-infantry. If it's bolters, the closest infantry unit. Closest infantry is this guy, but it can't target him because he's a character. You have to be the closest in all instances. So because that infantry unit isn't closest, it has to shoot at the closest unit, which is the Stompa. So we'll see. You never know. You might tickle some wounds off it. Every little bit helps. So
I got 4 hits.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for...
You're looking for 4s? Yes. It's on 4s, isn't it? It did before.
No, I've just done... I've run... They were the,
oh, 4 hits, yeah, sorry. You're wound on
5s.
5s, because it's T8. So yeah, 2 wounds at -1, so you'll go to a 4 up. 4 up save. I just picked up a D10. That would be nice. Good chance of saving there. So he's knocked a wound off.
Oh, okay. I'll take that one down to 2.
Yeah, you can take a 20. That's yeah, multiples of 10. That's a good heavy bolt around that. A 10 wound. I'll not tell Scott about the grot. I'll not tell Scott about the grot riggers. I can repair it on a 2 up. It gets D3 wounds back, but we'll not tell him about that yet. We'll let him worry about that in my turn.
Next time you say Stompa, I'm bringing knights. I've got 3.
Should have won. It would have been a good fight. Right, you know what? Is that the end of the shooting phase? The Tech Marine's got a gun, but I don't know what he's in range of.
He's only got pistol flamer and plasma thing, so he's...
Oh, the plasma cutter, so 12 inches.
All pistol ranges.
Yeah, so...
The plasma cutter is a pistol after the...
It is, but he can shoot them, yeah.
So,
so I think that is it. Obviously, these boys have lost a lot, but the war boss is within range to give them that break and head, so it'll be a D3 maybe of these lost, and then at the end of my movement phase. So I think I lost, how many are left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I lost, I think it was 3 or 4, it was 4 the first turn. So I've lost 15, is that right? I'm going to have to use breaking heads with this guy, I think. So we're going to use the breaking heads ability because they'll fail no matter what I roll. So 3, so he smacks 3 of these lads around. So sorry, just showing in there. So he's removed 3 more. Breaking heads ability come in. I don't think there's any more morale checks to make because that's it, isn't it? Did you kill a blue boy? I don't think so. No, you couldn't shoot them. So that's it. That's it. So the Marines are pushed out. We're going to go into Orc turn 2 and see what happens. Sorry, we're going back because you forgot down here. So there's a charge coming on. Let's see if he makes it first. Oh.
You think
He's
Gaz,
in.
like, I think
He's
Gaz
in. He's in. Just. I'll do the Overwatch. We'll see if he survives. I'm not going to fire a super rocket at him because there's only so many. But if he survives, we'll come back because it's a lot of Overwatch. Right. So the first weapon I tried was the flamer. You can see Scott's not happy. I got 5 hits, 4 wounds. Passed all bar 1 save. Used a command reroll. Double 1 in a row. So the Marine made it. Dead. Which I was saying, dying to flame for a salamander is like the ultimate insult, isn't it? Surely you should get like some sort of feel no pain against flame weapons.
Even just one thunder hammer hit would have been nice.
It would have. It would have. I don't. If he got a couple, he gets 2 attacks, doesn't he?
He's a veteran. So you think he gets
2.
2, yeah.
2. So a couple of hits on it. You know, you'd have wounded it on 4s. It would have got a save of a 6. Because it doesn't get its in-run in combat and it's flat 3 damage, it would have knocked it down to its next profile. And obviously you could reroll a failed hit and a failed wound being a salamander, so he had a good chance. He just got burnt alive. So anyway, we went back a little bit because we'd started to move into my stuff, and the Stompa can repair itself at the end of the phase. We'll keep the roll that I got for the end of the phase, which as a 1, so it can't repair itself. And we'll keep on going. Movement done for the Orks. These guys have just stayed still. I was debating like running this unit further up for later in the game and bringing these round to get it. Didn't bother. These guys advanced up. Obviously you can charge. This guy got a 6 because he could have ran it up right here. But I'm going to keep mine the barricade. A bit of a gamble. Just to give him a better save against bolt of fire for Overwatch. Other unit coming in. The big boss got out of the Stompa before it moved. He's obviously eyeing a cheeky charge or a charge round here to the chapter master who cannot see him. That'd be pretty much nasty though because you're -5 with a sword of burning blade. We did use Unstoppable Green Tide, so these are 9 inches away from that Marine squad and within 6 inches of the table edge. Like I said, the War Boss moved up as well. So that's the Warlord, pointed that one. The Psychers down there at the front with those boys that just shuffled up to the edge of the crater. Oh, I've moved the Stompa a bit too close to your tank because it's nearly touching, so we'll move him back a little bit, but that's where he ended up. So at the end of the movement phase, we didn't heal with the Stompa, we rolled a 1, and like I said, these guys popped up. The Orks are out of command points. We're going to do the shooting phase off camera if there's any little guns within range, because there might be like custom shooters, scorchers and that kind of stuff. So we'll do them off and we'll come back with the big guns, like the Stompa and stuff like that as well. We forgot to put the cards down for the psychic phase. So basically this guy boosted him with Warpath and Fist of Gork. So he's got +2 strength, basically +3 attacks now as well. He's an absolute machine at the minute. Because obviously the intention was I was maybe going to multi-charge both these squads or even the chapter master and try and knock them out before it all goes on. He'd probably then die to this stuff, but we're going to try to do that. Gone around and done small arms fire. I think I got like, you made 4 saves or something. He combi scorched from here like these, and luckily the Salamanders passed some saves against some flames for once. A lot of small arms down here, a couple of hits on the Dread rather than take it on the Marines. Didn't do anything. So this guy, he's got no Super Gatler now. I'm going to do the Death Cannon into the Land Raider. We're going to do the Super Rocket into the Land Raider. We're going to do the many big shooters into... You know, I'm tempted to do a Thunderfire Cannon. Just see if I can strip some wounds off it. Yeah, so Scorcher into here, because it'll not reach anything else. The Death Cannon and the Rocket into that. And then we'll do the multi big shooter shots. We'll just do into this tactical squad. Heat them up. So we'll do the big shooters off camera. We'll roll the D6 shots now for the... Oh, it's 3D6, isn't it, for the big cannon? So 3D6. I'm going to start with this one. That is right, isn't it? 3D6.
Yeah.
Hitting on 5s and 6s. No souped up shooting this time. So he's got 2 hits. I'll re-roll 1. No. And 2 hits generate extra hits. No. So he's got 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. They both wound. So he's still got his wound re-roll going on. And this is on your Land Raider. Which is T9 now, but it's strength 10. Yeah, so 2 saves of a 6. No. And the D6 damage each on there. Don't forget I can re-roll a damage dice as well. It's probably gone. There's a Super Rocket going into it as well. I'll tell you what, I'll show you how many shots a Super Rocket gets. I may make your mind up. 6. Gonna keep it?
Yeah,
that's not a damage roll because that will be unfair now. So 8, that's enough. I'll keep the 8 damage. The Super Rockets have gone as well. Does he blow? No, doesn't go. The Land Raider's gone. This is going to be Stompa Mayhem, I think, from now on. And then, like I said, the little guns into these. So I've done the small arms fire. He's just got 5 wounds on the Marine squad. Haven't used the command point yet, so it'll be this squad. Will be dropping 2 unless you want to try and save one. No, I think that's all my shooting.
No, still dead.
So they both go down. You're down to 7 command points. I'm fully out. I'll take that for a shooting phase. Or getting rid of the Land Raider was massive for the Stompa survival hopes. We're going to go into the charge phase. The Stompa's going to go in against this. It hasn't got enough damage to kill it, so we'll just roll to see if it gets in. Yep, it gets in 9. Push him in. We're going to start with the Pain Boy against, you know what, we'll do the big squad down here. I'm going to go against this tactical squad. So we're looking for a 9. Oh, they're in, 9. The Pain Boy is going to go in against a 3-man squad. Just a 3-man squad. 7, I think that might be enough. If it's not, I'll re-roll the 2, but I think 7 should be enough. Yeah. We'll do some Overwatch, because obviously if he dies to Overwatch, it might decide where I charge some other people. So we'll come back with some Overwatch results first on the Pain Boy, see how he gets on. We'll do it off camera to speed it up. So these guys made it in. We haven't done the pale-in yet. I'm probably going to start, maybe he's down here just because there's more guys. Or I might start with a war boss over there. These guys made it in. Did the Overwatch off camera, no damage. Again, the Pain Boy made it in, Overwatch off camera, no damage. Some of the, well, not really bad Overwatch rolls, just didn't really get any hits. So the war boss then followed in. He made it in, didn't take any damage, which meant this guy multi-charged all 3 of these, but he was a couple inches short of getting to the main guy, so he's just tagged in on these. He should have enough attacks to kill pretty much. He can't kill everybody.
He gets an Overwatch shot on him though.
He does get an Overwatch shot, yeah. But he would have been out with a grenade, but he'll be in with his combi melter. Actually, sorry, he got 9 and he's going to come to here, like I said before. No. So no hits, no damage. And the reason he's going in there is because he can pop in and attack both squads because he's like souped up at the minute. And the Stompa made it in, no hits. So I'm going to start with the War Boss. I think just because he's got Warpath on, he's got everything on, he's super duper. We'll see how many attacks he gets in total because he's the Warlord as well. So at the minute, this guy, because he's souped up, has got his Warlord traits +1 attack and +1 strength, so 4 base attacks. Go up to 5 with his Warlord trait, 7 with Warpath, with Fist of Gorg, sorry, 8 with Warpath, so he's got 8 attacks. His base strength is 6, which goes up to 8 with Fist of Gorg, goes up to 9 with his Warlord trait, doubled is 18, so we're just saying he's almost as strong as his Stompa with his big chain cleaver. So he's going to split his attacks 4 and 4. The Killer Claw is his relic, so he's hitting on 2s, there's no minus. So we've hit 4 times on the big squad. And we've hit 3 times, so we're going to re-roll his failed miss. So he's hit 4 times on the 3-man squad. He's looking for 2s, so they all wound, and the Killer Claws re-roll failed wounds anyway, or he can re-roll it with his trait. So we've got 4 on that side, they're a flat 3 damage each. So we've got 4 6-ups here, flat 3 damage each.
None.
Well, he made 1, but there's 3 in the squad, so they're gone, and then 4 6-ups here. 1, so there's 3 gone in that squad, and that squad's white. So down here anyway, this guy activated next, he moved in 3, tagged in. Yeah, I can't attack these guys because he wasn't a target. The War Boss did, so he's done his pale-in, he'll get his attacks down here. We're going to roll that because Scott is interrupting down here, but we're just going to obviously, it's not going to change what these guys do, so hitting on 3s, but I'll re-roll 1 because of he's a thingy, -1 with this guy, and 2, 3 wounds because he re-rolls because he's a Death Skull, so you've got 3 6-ups again against the last 2 guys, so they're gone. So this guy can consolidate 3, but he's not going to. They're just going to form the trio of hardness in the middle there. And if Scott wants to come piling in, sorry, Warpath and Fist of Gork still stay on this guy. So that would be, I did want to go against your Chapter Master to really have a real showdown in Orc style, but couldn't reach him. So we'll let Scott pile in here and do his attacks. He's trying to just thin out as many boys as he can before they all get in. So the Marines scored 3 wounds on the Orcs, and 2 of them are dead. We'll get rid of these 2. Then we'll pile in 3 inches and see if we can get some attacks. Right, these boys down here, I'm not going to roll this on camera. It's a bucket full of dice. Because they're obviously 2 attacks base each. they've got an additional one for the slugger and chopper, and because there's more than 20 boys, they get lots. So they're basically on 4 attacks each. What I will do, I'll roll the attack with the knob with his power fist, and we'll see what that does. So the knob there, I'll get 3 attacks and an extra 1. Actually, does he get the extra 1 for the mob being bigger? Let's check. Got it. So yeah, it's add 1 to the attacks of everybody in the unit. So 4 attacks hitting on 4s. I'll reroll 1 of those. Nope, so he's got 2 hits. Wounds on 2s. I'll reroll that one with the death skulls. Nope, so 1 at -3. And we've used the squad's rerolls. So can he save on a 6? He can't, so we're 1 down, and we'll do all the rest of the boys off camera. So those Marines are well dead. So obviously I'm going to contact the dread so it can't fire, but James will get to... Scott, keep calling you James today. You get to attack back. You know why? Because James uses green Marines.
Right.
And it's in my head, it's green Marines.
Does he roll dice as badly as me though?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So he can reroll 1s because he's got 2 close combat weapons.
And I'll use the Salamander one on that one.
Yeah. So we've got 2 hits so far, and a Salamander reroll, 3 hits. Wounds on 2s with a free reroll if need be. We've got 6 up in runs for the boys. Yeah, that's 3 dead. We'll get rid of the 3. And here, I think that's 5 dead this turn. I'll tell you what, I'll do their morale check now. Actually, the pass because of the unit squad size still. We've done it down there. We'll do the Stompa. We're going to do the big smash attack still. Which should be the end of that thingy. So
the end of everything else that's come across.
6 days. That's definitely cocked. That's not a hit. So we've got 4 hits because we're still on our top wound profile. We're looking for 2s because he's strength 20. We'll use one of these as his thingies. I could have used another one, but I think that's more than enough because it's 6 damage at -5, so it's like 18 damage or something like that. So he's basically just flipped the tank a mile away and it doesn't blow up. So the Stompa's pushed up 3. So the end of the battle round, pretty horrific turn, let's be honest. The Marines are massively getting smashed to bits. Scott's going to fight on though, he's a brave guy. But like you were saying, he needed to concentrate on this guy, and obviously he hasn't done it. I passed 4 or 5 in runs with a custom force field. I was cheeky putting that in as well. But I'll be honest with you, the reason I put him in at the start is I thought you were obviously probably going to get first turn. I think I had it in my head and expected like 6 las cannons, a melter cannon.
You hit him?
I did. I didn't expect to be able to do it. You got to take these chances, cunning and brutal, on my warlords. So at the end of that turn anyway, it's going to be... It's 3 points each, isn't it? So the Marines are on 4. They'll not score that one because you do have a troops unit, but I have a troops unit and you have a thingy. So that one's contested.
That one there?
Yeah, you've got a troop unit within 3.
Yeah.
They're still within 3 down there. Yeah. So it's 4 points to 3. Then the Orks are going to score 1. So it's 4 points to 4. 5 points to 4. And 2 points for that one this turn, wasn't it? 7 points to 4. I think the Marines need to roll a 5 here at the start of this turn.
I think the Marines just need to fucking do it.
No, Marines need to fight on. A 1. That's the middle one. Which means he's going to go and kill those characters. That's what's going to happen anyway. That's the double pointer. Which means it might invite a Stompa around there. But we'll go into Marine turn 3. Honestly, right, from the start of it, yes, I knew the Stompa was going to be hard. I expected it to be like just toing and throwing. It's just... I don't know. The way this stuff's come up as well, it's almost like it's inviting you into harm's way. Do you know what I mean? It's not great for the Marines. I thought you would have had much more board control and spread around, but it just hasn't happened.
That's because you've killed everything with a Stompa.
I know, but like I said, I didn't expect... You basically pushed up to it.
And then Marines just melted there.
Well, hang on. Let's be fair, right? There's a war boss here hitting on 2s of like 8 attacks. He's basically He-Man at the minute. He's had the power of Grayskull infused into him. So... Like I said, I would normally take the jump, and I would never normally bother with Fist of Gork. Warpath's pretty good because you can cast it on boys. But like I said to you before the game started, my idea was in this game, the Warphead's like his little slave that just boosts a war boss up. And I didn't expect it to work very often, but it's worked fantastically well. And like I said, this guy, I sort of expect him to hover around and shoot stuff, but it's almost like you're throwing tanks at him, and he's just gone clunk, clunk.
Well,
He had to do a block and move.
The Land Raider basically shot nothing.
Yeah.
The Vindicator basically shot nothing. And the Predator basically shot nothing. They're just disposable. It's like wasted points.
Yeah. The Marines really, those 3 units, if they could have had a shot at him, I don't think they would have killed him. He's 40 wounds, but really they needed to start knocking his wounds down. And I've been lucky enough to be able to tag stuff after every combat to really limit your shooting as well, which isn't ideal. Like the Land Raider lost, it had one shooting phase, didn't it, where it could only really see some boys or something, wasn't it? Oh, that was it, some boys. So yeah, it's been
shit.
Yeah, it's been not a good day for them. It's positioning and line of sight's been tricky, but I don't know whether that's because I took less units or not. Normally in an Ork unit there'd be tons of targets to choose, but we'll see. Anyway, right, Marine turn 3, objective 1's the hot potato. Let's carry on. Lots of tough choices now, lots of very, very tough choices. So basically this guy's fell back, just so this squad I think can make use of their shots. And Chaplain's Dread come round. There's a lot of Overwatch to eat if you're going to charge in though. And you know, do you really, what I was thinking, would he not just stay in?
Not after what happened the last time he stayed. I had another Dreadnought staying with a boy mob like that.
I know, but all I'm thinking for your benefit, I know what I've been rolling at. I've got 3 melter bombs. Only one can throw a bomb, but he's got basically, there's a melter bomb in that unit, and then there's a lot of shooters. But he can't charge, so I'm just really, I don't want to roll well and annihilate a squad that's coming in. But they'll have a 2-up bomb.
If he stays in, then I can't flame her. I can't flame her. I can't shoot.
True.
It would be
true. I think it's the right thing. In an ideal world, what I'd love though is the Ironclad to be able to help out and do some attacks for you and stuff, because he's needed more than ever. He's definitely needed. In the middle, we've had a bit of a push forward. They're going to go meet, the HQs are going to go meet in the middle there. Obviously some smitage is going to come. And in terms of targeting characters, you ignore characters with less than 9 wounds, so those Bolter Marines can pick on whoever they want. Probably the Pain Boy is going to be the first target, I think. And then round here, again, you know, yeah, it's definitely bad, but you've still got time from the Stompa, and we'll explain why. So the Tech Marines move forward. He's within 12 inch now for his like plasma cutter and all that kind of stuff. Don't overcharge in roll of 1. Please don't overcharge in roll of 1. Although he can reroll.
Suicide.
He can reroll because he's a Salamander.
I can reroll my fisting as well. But
could. But anyway, what we're saying is this guy physically can't fit through there because of this, and it's not in. And you can't move over stuff. So I can only move up to there in my turn and shoot, and then try and kill it, and then move forward. And again, this is blocking it from the Tech Marine. So technically, you're safe from charges from my Stompa, but obviously,
I'm not safe from me shooting.
Well, what you would be safe from shooting if you're in combat. That's what I was saying. Getting into combat now is hardcore, but it's almost like Return of the Jedi, isn't it? Where they charge the Death Star. It's like, we've got more chance than we have against that Death Star, and they charge all the Star Destroyers, sorry. Because that's pretty much what this is now. It's an absolute Death Star. So Scott's flooding forward this week. He's going to lock up the key unit he can and smash them up. Because equally, if the Stompa's just left alive, I ain't scoring any points. Pretty much. Do you know what I mean? I might get a line breaker or something like that, but there's a Warlord opportunity down there. You've got abundance of command points left for, you know, attacking twice, and only on a duty end or whatever, only that kind of stuff.
I've got 5.
Which is enough, because one's 3 and one's 2. So we're going to go into the shooting phase. I think we might skim over it, because obviously it's going to be a lot of bolter fire and a couple of bits down here probably wounding on 5s. The big guns are gone. I would think of where he wants to put the Thunder Fire Cannon now. That's going to be his big thing. I probably wouldn't be spending the strat, because the stuff that's in combat's pretty much in. These probably aren't going to go anywhere because they're sitting on an objective, so I'm forced to keep them there. So we'll come back with a review of the Psychic, and the shooting phase.
I'll do all the bolt guns into the...
Right, we're going to come in and film here because we skipped a little bit, but you're actually doing quite well, so you might stop now, I'm filming. But Psychic phase did a smite on this guy, caused 2 wounds. I got 1 back from the Pain Boy, saved 1, sorry. And then obviously he's had a long thinker down here because there's just so much options. And what he did, he started with a crack grenade from the Librarian, which hit the Pain Boy, so he's trying to get rid of that feel no pain with the smaller guns. Caused 2 wounds, so he's down to 2. He's going to do all the bolters from this squad into the Pain Boy, and the multi-melter is going to go into the War Boss. So he's starting with the bolters. These are all full rerolls, yeah, because the Chapter Master's there. So they all hit, and he's looking for 5s to wound, and he can reroll one of them, but he might not bother. He might keep it for the multi-melter. Are you going to keep it for the multi-melter? No?
No.
So 2.
Yes.
Yes, right. So 2 wounds. So he saved 1 with his invuln. And it goes through. So the Pain Boy's down to 1 wound. So then he's got the Chapter Master.
Right, I will split the Chapter Master shots.
So you're going to combi bolter the Pain Boy and
the
combi melter.
The melter bit into the War Boss.
Right. Well, wait there, Scotty. You've still got your multi-melter here first.
Oh yeah, I've got to do that.
Yeah, so...
Oh yeah, right.
Because you're going to hit the War Boss.
He's going to hit the War Boss.
Yeah, so you're hitting on 3s, you're rolling.
Yeah.
And you're wounding on 3s, but you do have your reroll because you didn't use it before. Yeah, you got your reroll because you said you were keeping it, so I'm not going to let you take it. Nah. And we'll point out, sorry, you're now down to 5 command points because you used one on the Might of Heroes, which is on the Chapter Master. You were hoping to keep...
I'm down to 4.
Yeah, down to 4, sorry, because he had 5 enough to do the attack and then attack if you again, attack twice. But he needed the command point to go off.
Chapter Master shooting.
Yeah. So you'd be hitting on 3s, re-rolling anything except 2s.
Yeah.
But...
All hit.
Yeah, all hit. So you're looking for
I'll do the
3s and
on the
5s.
first.
Yep. So you got 1 wound. Roll your other dice now. Don't tease yourself. Because if you don't get it, you want it right. So you re-roll a failed wound on the thingy.
Oh,
Pro tip, roll your dice all together and colour dice because then you'll know what's hit and missed and you'll not have to make the choice. So the Pain Boy has got 2 6s, followed by 2 6s or he's dead. No, so the Pain Boy's gone. And then we've got the War Boss. It's -4, 6 up from his armour. Or he's in one. So the War Boss does save a melter shot. Just roll to see what you would have got for damage.
That's 2.
A 2. So he would have still been alive anyway. But that's lucky. And they are the lucky blue kits, I suppose. But the Pain Boy's gone, so I've got no feel, no pain this round coming in. So they're all done. Like I said, we'll do some against these boys off camera and this guy against the Stompa off camera. And we'll see what's left. Right, we forgot about the tranche. So the way to go, closest infantry models, obviously the character's down here, but this is closer. So these 2 have to shoot this, but this one can't shoot up at the boys. So we'll do it off camera because you've got loads anyway. So the shooting is over. We took 2 wounds off this with this guy who did overcharge his plasma and it went through. And that boy squad, there's a lot of dead down there. Basically the Thunderfire cannon fired over before this guy overcharged, just in case. We had a load of flamer hits from this guy. The Marines actually did really well with their bolters as well. And we've killed a lot. I think, how many was it? 14 or something like that. We don't know. We'll total them up. I've left the bodies there just to make sure. That was good though. You needed that to work down there. But now's the key phase. It's the charge phase. So we're going to do Overwatch and stuff off camera anyway. Where do you want to start? Is the tac squad going in to eat the Overwatch? Because I do have the tank buster bombs.
Yeah, tactical squad into them.
Yeah.
These 3, these 4.
Yeah.
Will
everybody
multi-charge.
Okay.
And then them 2 will charge in after.
Right. So do you want to? I tell you what, roll for those guys down there because anything but a snake eyes in the ring because it's -2 through a crater.
And then the
dread will go in as well. So they're definitely in there 7 inches. We'll do the Overwatch down there off camera. We'll do the Overwatch down here because obviously if there's a miracle and they all die, then you might want to reassess who's charging what.
So,
right, I've got no command points to interrupt. In Overwatch down there, miraculously your dice rolling just got hot. I got 2 or 3 wounds or something, and I got a tank buster wound, and you passed all your armor saves. Down here wasn't as good a story. 3 or 4 of the Marines, how many were in the squad, bit it. The melter guy's been left on, so he's parked himself between the 2 units, and then the next one to charge in was the Librarian to get between the 2, so you can choose, and obviously the Chapter Master, so you can then go here. Yep. So you can start where you want and make your way around. Do you want to start down here and then work to the... or do you want to start with the Chapter Master?
The Chapter Master.
Nice one. So he has got Might of Heroes, so this guy has now got +1 strength and toughness and attacks.
Hitting on 2s, running on 3s.
Yeah, so 4 attacks +1 because of Mighty Hero, so we're at 5. He hits on 2s re-rolling. So they all hit. He is strength 4 normally, 6 with a blade, burning blade, and +1 for Mighty Heroes, so he's strength 7. So he'll be wounding my Warboss on 3s. He could re-roll one of them, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
so that's 5 go through at -5, which means he's just on his invuln of 6 up.
I'll check his damage as well.
I think it's 1.
Still damage 1.
Yeah, the burning blade is just 1. So he's past 1. So he's took 4 wounds, which means he's down to 2.
And I will...
Not the end of the world, because you've got that
strat.
Again. So we're going to go with the Marine next. He's got 1 attack. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. He will wound on 5s, but he can re-roll because he's Salamander. Yep. No, we're just discussing this. I think the Librarian's got to go again. Got to go first. So this guy can basically pile in.
Well, there might actually... The Librarian is engaged with both of them.
Yeah.
So
because we're saying that
he doesn't have to attack the Warboss again.
He doesn't, but the strat's at the end of the fight phase, so obviously there'll be my units to attack back and stuff first. Yeah. So it's whether he's got choices here. He could go against the Warboss and hope to kill him, and then hope that I'll whiff attacking back, or he can go against the Warlord Warboss, try and knock him out, and then even attack again if he wants to. He's still got that option there. me personally, I would go against the wounded one. Now he's down.
Hitting on 3s.
It's hard work, but I think you've got to. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling. They all hit. Wounding on 5s, re-rolling. 1, because he's Salamander. He's got 1 though, that's all he needs, re-roll. It goes through. So -3 of the power sword is a 5 up save. Doesn't make it, it's D3 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. He's got him. 3. Because obviously I've got no feel, no pain. So that is the Warlord and the War Boss gone before he can attack.
Right.
So that's all the combat's done down there. And obviously,
consolidate now.
well, he does. So, but he's with the Warlord, isn't he? So he's probably not going to go anywhere fancy. Big though, because this guy's a troop unit.
Yeah.
So I've got decisions. Do I put an attack into him and try and kill him? Which I probably will. If the smart players to probably do that and then put the rest in here. Because you've got no end one. But we'll go down there. We'll do all these ones off camera because you've got your Chaplain Dread adds a +1 strength. So your Salamanders are on strength 5. They'll be hitting on 3s, get a reroll. Wound on 3s, get a reroll, that kind of stuff. Yeah. We'll see how many boys got. But Warlord kill there, that was fantastic work. Well done. Needed to happen. I wasn't going to film that, but the Marines just killed 5 Orks, which is pretty much like everything killing and wounding. So this is the Chaplain Dreadnought.
2s.
Killing on 2s. Actually, I'll get a 6 up in one. But
that one for Salamander. Right.
So 4. So I'll get 4 6-ups, or they're dead. No, so there's another 4 boys. I think that'll literally leave us with a boy and the knob. Is that right?
Yes.
A boy and a knob, yeah. So we'll take...
Which ones do you want to take?
Well, the knob can't get in to attack the Dreadnought unless you pale forward. So what I'll do, I'll give you the option to do that just in case. Yeah, so Scott's not going to consolidate in with this guy. So he's staying there. So obviously, because if he didn't tag this guy, then the knob would be able to punch through here instead. That was good. That was some epic fighting. Now look at that dead pile of Ork boys there. You've absolutely mullered them through there. So what we'll do, we'll go down here. There's not more than 20 in the unit anymore, unfortunately. They're going to melt the morale. So the knob's going to put his attacks against the tactical squad. Got 3 dice. I'm going to re-roll that one. So he's hit twice. Got 2 wounds. And then we've got the boy, which is attacking the same squad. I re-rolled a miss. So we've got 2 hits. We've got 1 wound. I'll re-roll the failed wound, which I haven't done yet. So we've got 2 wounds. So we've got 2 wounds at -3 from the power claw. So that's 2 Marines dead. And then we've got 2 wounds and a 3 up.
2 saves.
2 saves. So we've lost 2 Marines in that squad. Which means you'll not be bothered about morale. Let's keep it simple. Literally, I've lost way too many. I've got no command points back. They're going to be dead. So that's the unit going to be gone at the end of the morale phase. We're going to go down here, and like I said, I'm going to put 3 attacks into the Librarian and 1 into the guy. So hitting on a 3, Librarians hits, and a 3 against the... Right, so that's hit. I'm going to reroll the miss against the Librarian. So I've hit with everything. Be wounding on 2s, and wounding on 2s. Right, I'll reroll against the Marine. So we've got a wound against the Marine. We've got 2 wounds against the Librarian, -3. So you take the Marine first. Gone. So that's the troop unit gone. You command point now?
Command point that.
Oh, cheeky. If you command point, you will still have enough to fight again.
Yeah.
Is it going to be worth a cheeky shot? You're going for it?
Yeah.
Good man. 6 up to keep this troop in.
6 though. I mean, what's the chances? See, we were exactly the same score.
And then we've got 2 saves. On the Librarian on a 6 up.
You got an invulnerable save?
No. 2 6-ups on. Oh, no. So we've got 2d3. I can reroll 1. That's enough, isn't it? 4 wounds to kill a Librarian.
Now.
And now, I'm going to stay where I am. Because are you outside of 3? We'll measure it. If you're outside of 3, I'm going to stay where I am. If not, I'm just going to pile into you. You know what? Go on. Spirit of the game. Because I'm not sure if you fight again, if you do actually get to pile in. I think you do. But we'll keep it that way anyway. So anyway, the Chapter Master's going to get the fight again. He's still got 5 attacks because he's Might of Heroed.
Yep. So hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. They've all hit. I'm toughness 6 with a War Boss.
7.
So you're still your strength as it was. So you wound on 3s, you can re-roll 1 of them.
2.
So that's 3 wounds. It isn't enough to kill him, but it's enough to seriously hurt him. He's got no invulns because he's 4 up. He's got 6 up. Sorry, he's got no armor. Yeah, because it would be minus. So no. So he's took 3 damage, which I think leaves him on 3. Epic fight phase there. Epic fight phase. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I just totally lost.
Turn
Because we're
3.
looking at it like, if I survive, obviously this is worth double points. If not, then as fate has it, that chapter master is going to go in and score a double pointer. So we're going to go into the orc movement phase. Obviously that unit melted to morale, we didn't bother rolling for it, and he'd already attacked in that phase, so we can't do any more. So very little left for me now, just a big mob of boys that are wounded, a couple of grot squads, characters here and there. I do have a big mech still, who might get out and start doing some stuff. Actually I probably will, because there's not much else big gun wise to start shooting them. So the big mech might get out and go and try and challenge our tech marine, and the Stompa's going to do its business. So we'll go into the orc turn and see how we get on. Movement done. These guys are going to go like this, shuffly shuffle, come around here, stay within 3 of that. They're going to stay put. These are going to stay put. This guy's advanced up. Obviously the chapter master is going to be the closest target. The big mech got out, moved these 4 inches up, so he's down here in charge range to try and clear out some of this chaff so I can start getting through with the Stompa. The Stompa's moved up at the end of the turn. It healed 2 wounds as well with its little riggers. It can't be healed by the big mech and the riggers at the same time, but just being healed by the riggers. Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll go into the psychic phase. I'm going to start with a smite. I don't necessarily think I need it. I'd like to do Fist of Gork, but the smite's the easier one to start with. So it goes off on a 9. Obviously the librarian's dead. So there's a mortal wound on the chapter master, which he does ignore on a 6. Because he took the extra wound stuff, didn't he? No. And then we'll try the Fist of Gork. 7 goes off, so we've gone super duper with that war boss. So we're going to come on to this. It's going to flamer this gun platform. It's going to put all its stubbers into this. Should get it on camera. So flamer into here because it's just in range. All the stubbers into here. The reason I'm doing this first because this guy's got like a combi melter in essence. So then if need be I could maybe shoot this or shoot the tech marine and it'll get rid of the gun anyway. So all the stubbers, because they're T5 aren't they? Right, actually you're looking at it because I think because he's so fat, when he charges round, if I get round here, if he charges out the way, I might be able to attack both of these guns. So with that in mind, I'm going to put his big battle cannon. His psych attacker's gone in it. So his big missile. I'm tempted to go for like, I'm going to put your death cannon into the ironclad. Because I can see that and I can go for it. I'm going to do a big missile because I can't target the chaplain dreadnought, it's a character. I'm going to do the big missile into the... I'm hoping to get the... Oh... I'm going to put the big shooters into this. I'm going to put the flamer into this one. Because I can't hit much else. I'm going to put the big death cannon into the ironclad. And I'm going to put the missile into that. Because that's holding the objective. If I kill these, you'll not score that. So did that make sense?
Yeah, let's just yeah. Let's just do it.
D6 auto flamer hits. The easiest one to start with, 4. So we're looking for force to wound. I'll keep it as it is. 2 wounds at -1 on that first turret. So it's took 2 wounds. I think they get 4, don't they? Something like that. The tarantulas. Yeah. Right. We'll do the missile.
The first one.
4 shots. And we've got 1 hit. How many's got 4 wounds? I'm going to re-roll one of those hits with my thingy. No. So we've got 1 hit. It's going to be a 3 to wound. It does wound off the missile. I think it's -2 or something. I think the missile. I can't remember. All the stats have just gone out of my head.
I thought it was...
Right, so it's -3 for the super rocket. So he's failed his save. It was D6 damage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How many wounds you got? 4. Do I re-wait there? I'm going to re-roll that. Yeah, 4. So it's gone. That's the one guarding the objective. Did they blow up? I don't think they will because there are only so many little ones. Right, so basically it's the big cannon. It's the shooters that were left. Did I say the shooters in there? I can't even remember now. I think I said into that one guarding the objective, yeah. So it's the big cannon, the 3d6 shots into the ironclad dreadnought. I've used my reroll miss, I've used my reroll wound. So is that 8 shots? So we've got 8, rolling the red dice here, so we're looking for 5s and 6s. Oh. 4 hits with, how many 6s did I get? 1?
1, yeah.
Dagger, dagger. 4 wounds, and it was minus big, isn't it, for the big death cannon? Honestly, my brain's just fried now. It's gone typical Orky.
-4.
But I think your Ironclad gets a 2 up. So no save, -4, 4d6 damage on the Ironclad. Oh, that's more than enough. Does he blow up? No. Scott, no he doesn't. He's just decided. So I think that's all the Stompa shooting. We're going to go, the big mech's going to go with the custom Mega Blaster thingy overcharged into the next gun turret, just because it gets a bucket load of Overwatch. Missed. You can reroll. No, I was like, do I reroll because I can take a mortal wound. I think that's it. That's the end of my shooting phase. So we'll go into the charge phase. I'm going to have to go with the big mech first. So he's going to charge just the Tech Marine. We'll see if I get in. 5 inches. That's enough, isn't it? Yeah. And then the Stompa's going to charge both gun turrets. 7 inches is enough. Because 5 should get us in what I want to do. Was it enough to pop like to there? Yeah. Yeah. And then we've got 7 inches on the Stompa. So we'll see if we take any Overwatch on the way in. And he advanced, so nobody else has been charged. So we'll do some Overwatch off camera and come back with the fight phase. Scott's cursing because he decided to overcharge and keep his reroll, his Salamander reroll, and he rolled a 2. No, you rolled a 3, didn't you? And you were like, oh. So I was like, are you going to reroll? And he's like, yeah, man. And then he rolled a 1. So he burnt himself up on Overwatch. To be honest, let's be honest, he was probably going to get smashed anyway, wasn't he? So the guns disappeared. And because I did charge, I will get to do a free 3-inch move towards the nearest enemy unit when I activate. But at the start of the fight phase, this made it in. He did a couple of wounds actually, but I made a couple of saves. So he's going to stomp both of them. We'll activate him first, and then he'll move in 3. So surprisingly, he decided to do a stomp rather than a big hit, but more than enough, you know. If he T3 attacks a lot of times, 6 attacks, he's still in his top profile. Those little turrets just get kicked out of the way. If the guns disappear because the Tech Marine died, decided not to sort of pile in any closer towards these guys because you could still come in and kill everybody, I suppose. And the Stomp has moved up to come through the gap a little bit. So we're going to go down there now. This is the big showdown. My Warlord's dead. I normally have 4 attacks. I don't know why I've picked up this many dice. I get 4 attacks and an extra 2 from Fist of Gork because he's a character. So I'm looking for 3s because I'd get the -1 with a Power Fist on this guy. So they miss. I can reroll 1. It's 3 hits. I'll be wounding on 2s. Yeah, so they all wound at -3. So you've got 3 4-ups. You've got no command points, so 2 go through. You've got 5 wounds and a feel no pain. I get D3 damage on each. I get to reroll a damage if I want, but I'm going to keep it because that's 5, and it'd be greedy to go for 6, wouldn't it? So we'll keep it. So you've got 5 6-ups and you need 1 to survive. I reckon you're going to get 2.
Or none.
1. That's it. So he is alive. You get to attack back, which I believe will probably be the end of that war boss, to be fair.
6, 7.
Because Might of Heroes is still in effect.
Yeah, until the next thing.
Yeah. So how many attacks have you got?
I've rolled 7 dice. That's not right,
Right,
is it?
pick your dice up. Actually, with it, you hit with everything, right? Because you'll get 5 with Mighty Heroes, but you hit with everything. So you've got 5 hits. I'll keep you right, don't worry. I know mine is off this guy as well. So you've got 5 hits.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, well, they're all hit. Yeah. They're all hit. So you've got 5 hits. You're just making it harder work for yourself.
And then wound into roll.
Right, so you're... Yeah, so you're on 3s to wound. Because you're not at strength 10. Because he's toughness 6, I'm sorry, 12.
Strength 7.
Yeah, but I'm T6, so he's 3s to wound still. For this phase.
I'm going to reroll that
and
one.
And you can reroll a fail wound.
Yes.
The good news is, they all go through, that's 5, and I've only got a 6-up invuln.
Okay. So you need...
I need to make...
2.
He's got 3 wounds.
3 wounds. You need 3 6s. Is that right?
I don't know. I'm just going to roll the 6 and see what happens, because we're both flagging here. He's dead. He's dead. Because I passed 2, took 3, 3 off. Fist of Gork. That's another war boss. This guy has slashed some war bosses to death. He'll come through. I'm guessing the closest enemy unit's this way, so he probably doesn't want to pile it. Actually, it's here. It's here, which will draw you away from the objective.
Ah, you bugger.
So, that's why Dean advanced.
I'll stay there.
So he'd stay there, and he's not going to score it, but it's close. he's cursing us for doing all these sly little tricks, but just the way the game goes. So anyway, that was a brutal turn again. We're going to score these up. At the minute, I think it's 8-5 because you've got a warlord kill. So it's going to be 9-5, 10-5. No one's going to score the doubler, the hot potato. We'll try to. 11-5 because there's one down here. And you're going to go 11-6. 11-6 as we move in. I think it's turn 4. I don't even know anymore. 11-6, turn 4. So, I'm going to roll to see which... Is this turn 3 or 4? 4. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, because we had objective 4, then 2, then 1 with the hot potatoes one. So which one? It's got... You need a 4 here. 2. So he's giving it to the grots. He's handing the game away. Look at that. You're throwing it away, literally.
Yep.
It's my dice though. It's my gold winning dice, so it's not going to betray us, that one. Not what the Salamanders needed there, to be fair, because literally, like you said, I know it's in a losing situation, really, but some really tough decisions, because this guy, if he goes and stands on that, if that was the double pointer, what you didn't want was a 6 anyway, but if he goes and stands on that, he might score it, but then this guy's got a smite, which goes off on a 5, he's probably going to die. So he has to go and deal with the... He either goes and tries it against the Stompa, which would be super heroic, or he goes and just slices the head off this Psyker, which is probably the most sensible choice.
74?
It's 34 wounds.
Can it be?
Yeah, healed 2 last turn.
He healed them. Right.
Heals with his grot riggers. I think I even forgot to heal at one of the end of the turns, but I'm not going to go back and do that. So anyway, those Tap Marines will probably stay where they are. The Chaplain Dreadnought's probably going to try and get down here. He's probably going to try and come this way. I don't even think he would get it. The Marines might come down to try and take some shots off the Stompa. The smart game is to stay where he is. But like I said, there's no tabling in this, so I wouldn't be worried about losing stuff. If you can get some more wounds off that Stompa, then he could go down a profile. But I think it is a losing game from this point on. It's just how much damage he can do and how much pride he can restore. So we'll come back after the Marines have moved.
No.
Quickest movement phase ever. This guy's come forward here. Again, multi-melter's just tucked in. I think it's within range down here, and the Dreadnought's moved around. Decisions here, because he could have went and stood next to that, and he's got a combi melter, which could definitely have killed this guy, but then if he whiffs, like you said, he's dead to smite. He'd rather make sure he's dead. He might even put his shots down here, because I've got no Overwatch or anything to come in at you, so he might try and whittle a few boys down, or even throw it up here, a combi melter into this. You're in,
yeah, I'm going to shoot this. No. No more, right.
So, yeah. So you want to...
Let's check that. Yep. I will advance him.
Oh, you could go for a shot. Can they not see him?
No, it wasn't.
Looking down here, the little big neck. No, I was thinking for your multi-miller down there, but I reckon he's probably hidden well behind that rock, is he?
He's going to just try and whittle some place at him. I'm going to advance the Chaplain Dread.
4. Should sit nicely in the middle of that crater, probably.
Yeah.
Just up on the edge of it. He's baiting it in. He's baiting in. Look at this. Come on. I'll have it. Small man syndrome.
Right, so I'll fire this multi-melter.
All the way at the big storm.
I might as well fire the 2 bolt. No, both ones can't see it.
So you can reroll your hit. He's got his hit. He's looking for a 4 to wound. Is it a wound?
Yes.
It is a wound. So there's no invuln on it now because the big mech's out. It's probably fully within 9 though for his field, to be fair still. Save.
16 you roll 5. Right,
we're just saying before the only invul I've failed against a multi-damage shot was against a Tech Marines 2 damage overcharge pistol.
No.
Which is horrific. Because that's what you needed, you should have been battering it down every turn.
Chaplain Master, I'll shoot both of the parts of his combi. Hitman 3, re-rolling.
Re-rolling 1s.
Well, re-roll no, because he's Chaplain Master, isn't he?
Yeah, but you can't re-roll the 2 because it would have been a hit. You can re-roll
it's all misses, isn't it?
It's
the Chaplain Master.
It's not. Cole says all shots or something, all dice, all hits. His are failed hits. Yeah. So you got 2 anyway. You got 2, but you can't re-roll because it's a hit.
I can't re-roll that. Too.
Yeah, it's a hit, but then you apply the modifier, so it's a miss.
Wounds.
So you got 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Invuln against the melter, because that's the important one. No, so D6 damage off that straight away. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. So he's gone.
That's my shooting phase. Let's have a go then.
Ooh, he might be within a charge range, yeah. 12 inches. Yeah, we need actually it's 11 because it's a barricade, isn't it? So you need to get within.
11.
Are you going for it?
Yes, it's
May as well. Go on. See if you can get in. Good luck.
Good roll.
Oh! I thought you was in. I'll have a couple of pistols. See if I can add insult to injury. And there's literally one pistol in range. So here we go. Reroll because he's a death skull. No, I thought I was going to hit you and get you there. Right. So with that, we're going to go into Death Skull's turn. See what we can do. And this probably will be the last turn, I think. Right, so the movement's done. These guys have moved up, looking to get a cheeky shot on this guy or a cheeky charge and keep them within range of the objective. The Grots down there just wiggled around. That was the back squad. And the other ones ran and advanced down to here. Maybe he's looking to get down here if need be. Playing the game as you would. The Stompa swung through here. The mech moved first, obviously, to give it room, sitting next to 5. And it's come through here. So no psychic phase or anything. We'll go into shooting. We're going to start down here. He's going to put his custom Mega Blaster into the Venerable Dread. The Chaplain Dread, because it's closest. Oh, he's got a hit. And he's got a wound. Are you T7?
Yes.
I think you are, yeah. So he's got a wound. I think it's -4. I'm going to check. So yeah, it's -3, but he's got his 5 up. Yeah, he's passed. He would have passed with a normal armour, so that's all good. That would have been a cheeky damage. We're going to do some pistol shots down here, but we'll save them till last, because there's not many in range. But on here, we're going to put... I think I've got a rocket left. I'm not sure. If I have anyway, we'll do the Scorcher into the Dreadnought.
Are you supposed to have 4?
I think so.
You must have, because it's only the 4th turn.
Is it? Well, there's 4 rockets on there, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to do the big guns into this. We'll do the big shooters into the guys. And I think if there's a rocket, we'll chuck the rocket into the guys as well, just to make sure. But we'll double check. We're going to start down here with the big cannon. So 9, 3, 6, 9. Looking for 5s and 6s. The 6 is generating an extra shot. So we've only got 2 hits this turn. We'll reroll the failed wound. So we've got 2 wounds with -4. So you've got your 5 up in one.
2 5 up.
No. How many wounds he got? 9 or 8?
9.
Has he?
Yeah.
He's got 1 left because that's 8 damage. We've got 6 hits with a flamer, which Scott will verify because I've rolled it.
Unyielding Ancient, D6, every time this man loses a wound on a 6, that is a good.
Alright, so you've got 8 of those. We've got the flamer hits as well. Oh my god. Right.
Do the flamer hits now.
Just so you got your 4 up armor on the flamer hits as well, haven't you? Because you may pass all these.
It's -1 on the...
-1, yeah.
4. 5.
5. 5 out of 6 wounded. So you drop 2.
2.
So you've got... That's all the guns going into him anyway. So you've got all those 6 ups. And then you make... Did you say he's got 8 wounds or 9?
9 wounds.
So there's a good chance he'll survive. Need to make a couple. Oh, he's dead. Because I got 8 with a thing, didn't I? And so many, so he's definitely gone. Does he blow up?
Have I not counted enough dice?
Oh, that's right.
9.
10. Well, I got 8
That's 9.
and then 4. Yeah, so he's gone. He's gone. Because that would be just enough anyway, even if he made the other ones. So he doesn't go. Chaplain Dread pretty much didn't have much chance there anyway. We'll do the big shooters off camera and we'll come back and do these pistols down here. So yeah, 3 rockets to start off. This was the hit roll. Obviously I've generated extra shot as well with the 6s, but just got that many hits in the end. So we're wounding on 3s against the Marines.
Oh.
I haven't used a failed wound roll yet, so I'm going to use it now. No. So you've got 6 2-ups because the Marines are in cover. And obviously, like I said, I can't shoot a rocket because I didn't buy any extra with the extra points.
Well,
So they're all good, which I thought they would be. And come down to the main event. Can we get a warlord with some Ork pistols?
4 hits.
So we've got 10 in range, 10 pistol shots. None of the grenades are in range. No hits. I can reroll 1 dice. No hits. Scott, I think you'll come. I don't think I will. I think you'll get away with it. Because so far I've had pretty good shooting rolls with the Orks. And like I said earlier, didn't I? You end up having a good turn or 2. But then you have a couple of iffy turns. So anyway, we'll charge him with the Stompa. Go first down here because it looks like about an 8-inch charge. And we'll charge him with these guys. The Stompa's got a big ass belly.
That's
10.
10 inches.
We'll do it with the Stompa first.
you get?
I'm going to reroll both. With it, here we go. Oh, it doesn't get in, so he gets an Overwatch Stompa. The boys will go in. The boys need to reroll as well. The boys are in. So you get to Overwatch both units. Do it against the Stompa on camera. You can reroll one. I'm guessing it's the Melter. Oh, he's a Chapter Master. You can do them all, yeah. His Melter's hit. Wounds on a 4.
You get to reroll that as well, don't I?
Do get to reroll that, yeah.
Well.
Oh, man. It doesn't wound. That was big. That was big.
My dice are crap.
Yeah, I'll sell you some of mine. They're really good, mine. Right, you get to do the same against the boys, but we'll move them in because you can't obviously shoot enough stuff to kill everybody. Right, down here, obviously with Daisy chained here to keep the points, play properly. Don't need to really do any more piling anyway with the 3 inches because everyone's there. We'll start with the knob. I think I've still got, might have more than 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. I've got 20 boys left in the squad, so he gets his extra attack. So I'll reroll this one. So we've got 2 hits because that was a 6. Wounding on 2s. We've got 2 wounds with a power fist. We've got 2 4-ups. That's cocked. That's definitely cocked.
He's still going to die.
He's failed both of them, so it's D3 with a rerollable one. We'll reroll that. So it's 4 damage. You need to make 4 6s, or he's gone. I think that's the end of the Chapter Master. The nearest enemy unit's way up that way. What we could do now, which is legit, is daisy chain these out to get both those objectives, which I wasn't thinking about before, but it'll work out that way, and I think that's probably the end of the game. So we'll total it up, because obviously now it's going to happen there, the Tactical Marines. Even if we're going to the next turn and get a 4, which we would, we'll give you 2 points for the Marines. Let's be honest, they're probably shot off the board of the Stomp. I'll eat them. Yep. So we're going to call it there. Like I said, if we rolled for it to go, well, it would have went on turn 5. If Scott had survived, he might have scored 2 points. At that current state of affairs, with me getting line breaker as well, would imagine, you know, something will get in there to charge him or anything or cause line break. I like the Stomper. It will be 18-7. 18-9 with his extra points, which means that still won no matter what I did. Obviously, tabling doesn't matter, but if it was the other way around, it was flipped, Scott had the points, I'd be rushing as many units as I could to different places to try and score. That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Apologies for using the Stomper. Like I said at the start, I didn't expect it to... I knew it would either dominate, which to be fair I did say at the start, it'll either dominate or it'll get absolutely blasted up. And to be fair, once the Stomper died, I was like, my game plan's undone. Because it was literally, I took it to go and kick and scrap with stuff and shoot stuff. And it just did ridiculously well. Did really, really well. And luckily, the other stuff you needed to tag it didn't get a chance. For me, anyway, that was a lucky stuff. And when it did hit it,
you were making invulnerable.
I made those invuns, yeah. The 5-ups, I think it was 5 invuns on like melter hits or las cannon hits. So there's 5d6 worth of damage you weren't getting on it, which is massive. You know, that could kill it on its current wounds. You could have killed it.
That's just teasing us.
Well, not even that though. It would have slowed it down. It wouldn't have got as many attacks and stuff. So it wouldn't have been, because it was dominant. It was just like woo, straight through here. It's a 1,000-point model. It's going to dominate in some games. Is it competitive? No. Is it worth the points? Probably not. But like I said, my opinion, it's the same. I treat it like a knight. When I knew we were putting it together, I'd said to you, didn't I? I'm going to take a Stomper. Make sure you've got stuff to take it on. Because you said Salamanders, and I was like, right. You're going to have plenty melter, make sure you have plenty las cannons, that kind of stuff.
I had plenty, they just did nothing. Like, I never got a chance to use them. So
I always said that with the Marines, didn't I? For the Marines to do well, everything's got to work well. As soon as a couple of things don't work, they start to struggle, because armies with fly keywords on their vehicles can adjust and get out and shoot still. The Marines can't, you know, they're stuck with a tank. They're same with the Guard, but the Guard have got cheaper options, screens and all that kind of stuff, can fire twice. It was fun. It was fun and it was horrible in the same sense.
It was fun for you.
Well, it wasn't. All my characters died. I think I loved that scrap in the middle with the Chapter Master coming in there and fighting all the war bosses and stuff. That was epic heroism, that, wasn't it? It was like...
Well, I'm just surprised that he managed to survive, to be honest.
It was epic. He took on a war boss in Mega Armour, a war boss, a pain boy. I know some of them died to fire. Warphead. Oh, it was so good, that. But ultimately, you know, I expected these guys to just be whittled away and dead. But
I think they were too far. They were just too far away to be worth bothering with.
Well, we did say that at the start. None of them had any sort of deep striking worrying about the other type army type stuff, did we? So it was all a case of big scrap.
Originally, and then obviously 30 boys came back right there next to
Well,
objective
pretty much
4.
where they started, wasn't it? They started here, died, started back here. But to be fair, they didn't really do anything.
No, I
You dealt with them quite well, but if I hadn't put them there, that other stuff could have been up here helping deal with other stuff. I don't think it would have changed the course of the game. You pretty much rolled 2 twice to give me 4 points, which was big, really, as well. I don't know, it was good to use the Stompa, put it that way. It's nice to have a model like that and be able to use it, but it did dominate a bit too much, let's be honest. It did, unfortunately. There's a favour roll 5d6 just to tease you. Just roll 5d6 together.
What am I rolling these for?
Cute. Nah, you would have rolled crap to damage it then. That's the thing. I'm better getting them all getting through. If they were 4s, 5s and 6s, I'd have felt really bad.
If I'd have rolled them 20 minutes ago, I might have had different results though.
You wouldn't have. Like you said to me, you sent me a message saying, don't worry, my dice rolling will help you out.
Yes, of course. It does that every time I come here.
It does. It must just be here. You're cursed.
It's not, I promise you, I can't win a game to save my life.
No, it's not. This guy rolled 4 1s with a smash captain.
Yeah.
I remember that because he come over to see me. There's a tournament recently, and I was like helping judge it, the NEO. And he goes, oh, I rolled 4 1s with my smash captain hit. I was like, what did you get with the rerolls? And he's like, oh, I forgot my rerolls. Oh, bless him. One of those days. But great game. Like I said, check Animosity. I'll try and put a link if I remember in. Because do some great narrative events and stuff like that. And it's not just 40k, there's loads of other stuff as well, isn't there?
Well, I try to do Lord of the Rings and used to do Batman stuff, but not anymore.
Not many Batman players around anymore.
Well, it's not that I fell out with Night Balls.
Okay, so there we go. There's a bit of hatred on the go there.
Yeah, well, I know.
Well, we'll not delve too much into that
I love Batman as well, do you know what I mean? Like, Batman's everything.
Batman. Cool, I enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully get a game against him soon. Thing is, I wasn't even wanting to use my Orks today. It's been ages since I've used stuff like Marines, but when you said you wanted to use your Salamanders, I was like, I don't want to use Marines against Marines.
I want to use something that I hadn't used on
the channel.
On the channel before, and everything else that I've got planned, it's still only really half a list.
Yeah.
So like the Crimson Fists and basically my Primaris list, it's half a list.
Half finished.
Yeah, so there was no point in thinking about bringing them. It would have just been, it would have been an incoherent sort of
mishmash of stuff, that synergy type stuff.
Mishmash army, and I know that's not, it's not what I wanted to show on it.
Cool. Well, as always, the stuff you did bring was fantastic looking.
Thanks.
Painted very well. Die's just as easy as the other stuff you brought before as well.
Everything else,
so see, look at the gut on that. That's a beer gut if you've ever seen one. But this guy today did his business, stomped around. Can fit 20 guys in there as well. Very good. Very kicky, very stompy. I like it. Would he survive against Knights and Dominus class Knights? Nah, definitely not. And, well, saying that, if I'd made those invuln saves like I did, he definitely would. But I don't think he would in a normal game. So thanks very much for watching. And Stompa says goodbye.